What is good, everybody? Mikey T.
Need a quality health plan? Health source.
Excuse me, Mikey T, the movie star here. What is good, everybody? Mikey T, the movie star here, live tonight. We have an exclusive review to do tonight, as well as some breaking news on the Migos. Some breaking news, very heartfelt message from both Quavo and Offset to Takeoff. And I'm going to go over that today. Also, I'm going to be joined by a special guest. That's right, one of the hardest artists out of Connecticut. I'm going to be joined by a very special guest, one of the hardest rappers coming out of Connecticut, the Elm City. Got the Elm City Prince himself tapping in with me today. Just wait a couple minutes on that. But I want to speak on what happened with the Migos today. Offset and Quavo laid their brother, in literal sense, Quavo's nephew, to rest today. So we're going to talk about that. And there was a nice little piece that I actually grabbed to read in regard to this, where it said, today the city of Atlanta put to rest one of its most famous artists in recent memory. Big facts. One of the most famous artists in recent memory. Do me a favor, y'all. Hit that like button. Make sure you share this video. Going to be doing a live review tonight as well. Live review of the Realness. Going over a bunch of different stuff on tonight's show. Got to talk about the Migos. Today, the city of Atlanta put to rest one of the most famous recording artists in recent memory, Takeoff. The funeral service for the former Migos member took place inside of the State Farm Arena at 11 a.m. The remembrance of the young rapper's life featured performances from the likes of Alicia Keys and Justin Bieber. One of the most touching moments of the memorial service came when his cousin and former bandmate Offset took to the podium to deliver a speech about his influence. A small video clip of the speech has already gone viral, and that's what we're going to be addressing today. The speeches that were given by Quavo and Offset. Offset actually giving Takeoff the credit that he is due. You know what I mean? A lot of people said different things about Takeoff. You know what I mean? Offset really came there to give him the credit that he's due. Credit that, a lot of people did give. A lot of people looked at Takeoff as their favorite member of the Migos when it came to bars and all that. So, moving on, guys. Quavo said, "You're always with me, and we did everything together. Since we was kids, you been by my side, looking at me with them eyes. The same eyes you got as my sister." And right there, that statement, Takeoff is Quavo's nephew. The same looking up at me with them eyes, the same eyes you got as my sister. He's got the same eyes as Quavo's sister. My grandfather, he had a similar situation here with the Migos, Quavo and Takeoff. My grandfather's uncle was actually younger than him. They're more, you usually don't see that too much. You know what I mean? Someone with this type of relationship, though, it's like a brother type of bond. It's like a really, really heavy friendship type of bond. Like sometimes you can get annoyed with your brother, but you know what I mean? If you got that one cousin that you're really close with, or something like this, a nephew that you're really close with, you have that type of bond as well, because you don't really see them all as much. So you don't have as much time to get pissed off at them, is what I've noticed. You know what I mean? Just from having four brothers myself. So Quavo went on, waiting on me to make my next move. And then you followed up right behind me. You always made sure I did it first so you could do it right with me. You never competed with me. Share this video one time, guys. Hit that like button and make sure you let me know what city and state you're tapping in from in the chat. I'm going to be joined by my co-host in just a few minutes. So right here with this line, he said, waiting on me to make my next move. And then you followed up right behind me. So you always made sure I did it first so you could do it right with me. You never competed with me. And when goofy ass dudes like academics say was take off, left off, bad and bougie, when he says stuff like that, Quavo is pretty much telling you right here. You know what I mean? He's telling you right now, listen to what he's saying. He's talking to you, academics. When you were asking stupid ass questions, he's telling you that I don't care if my man shines first. When he wins, I'm going to win. It's not a maybe. It's not a maybe he will come back and help me. It's a guarantee. You wouldn't understand that though. You know what I mean? Who did you help from Chicago? Who? Who did you help from Chicago, academics? Lil Reese? Did you help Little Reese? Little Reese can't even make bail right now. Little Reese can't even make bail right now. Why not? Why can't Little Reese make bail? That is your hero, right? The Grim Reaper. You don't got a little something for your mans? You made a career off of him. Why not? But anyways, that's exactly my point. You didn't help nobody, but you always got slick comments to say like, oh, I thought AR Rab was joking when he said that about skinny me. But let's go on. Quavo said, we was always on the same team because you hated playing against me. We was always on the same team because you hated playing against me. There's a very heartfelt message coming out from Quavo when Offset got up there next to you guys. Offset damn near he lost it. Offset really lost it, but I'm going to get into that in just a minute. You guys. But Offset really lost it when he got up there and spoke in front of everybody. Quavo really was giving us a memory and an idea of what they were, like together, how they grew up together. Quavo said, we was always on the same team because you hated playing against me. I always played too hard or too rough. I can hear mama saying, not too rough, son, because I didn't like to lose. Remember our first dream? Our first dream was to be tag team partners in the WWE. We fell in love with WWE wrestling. Wow. This shit, man. This shit right here is just comedy because he is not lying. You know what I mean? Their dream was to be a tag team in the WWE. Like, first of all, you know what I mean? My dream was I'm more of a WWF guy, y'all. Like WWF, WWE. I'm more of a WWF guy. But you can relate because people are always like, I'm going to be like Hulk Hogan. I'm going to be like the Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? How many of y'all, you know what I mean? How many of y'all wanted to be in the WWF or the WWE? This is some real shit. Offset actually spoke next. You know what I mean? Offset actually spoke next. Was they on an episode? What up, Quake? What's poppin', G's? Appreciate you tapping in, man. Was they actually on an episode? I remember Flow Rider was actually on. And I noticed AEW is actually putting everybody on from Rick Ross to Kevin Gates. Oh, shit. No shit. The Migos actually came out with Matt Riddle. That's pretty lit. They actually came out with Matt Riddle. That's pretty lit. Was it just Takeoff and Quavo, or was it all three of them? I'm trying to remember when that was. What up? Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Got a review for everybody tonight as well. But, I just got to go over the Takeoff news. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Takeoff. You know, whether you love Takeoff or whether you weren't really into the Migos music, I think everybody needs to show some respect because of the way that he changed the game, because of the way that he maneuvered in the game. You know what I mean? Because of the way that he made an impression on these youngsters in the game. You can just hear it in the way that everybody's rapping. So Offset said you changed the culture, and Offset's gonna echo this. You know what I mean? Echo nothing. Offset is putting it out in the air. You changed the culture of music forever. You did that, Take. The flow came from Take, the originator of that flow. He changed the music. And you know, the crowd actually started screaming at this point. You know, the crowd really started screaming. You know, I think it was more so to give Offset some encouragement. You know what I mean? I think it was really to give Offset some encouragement so he could proceed, you know, but they saw it was really getting too real for him to actually continue. So it looked like they were trying to give him some encouragement. I couldn't really understand and make out what the crowd was actually saying, but Offset is pretty much saying what I told y'all. You know what I mean? They changed the culture of music. Who was doing this before them? No fucking buddy. And no disrespect to Bone Thugs, you know, no disrespect to the Bone Thugs fans, yeah. But since them, nobody has did it. You know what I mean? Since them, nobody has really did it like that. And I'm being joined now by my co-host RBH. Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
It's good, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. I get to the movie star. It's your boy RBH, Ryan Beheezy, the R in bars. Came to kick it with y'all one time. What up?
Yo, RBH, I'll just go over this quickly so you can give your thoughts on this. Basically, today at the State Farm Arena at 11 a.m., there were several people, you know what I mean? Performances for Takeoff from Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber,
Mm,
Drake, Offset spoke. Um,
mm.
before we even get into anything of what they said, just what's your take on, you know, everybody coming out for Offset like that, man?
I love it, man. Like, yo, it's a beautiful.
Everybody coming off, everybody coming out for Takeoff like that, excuse me.
It's beautiful, man. That's beautiful that everybody showed up and showed out. It's just unfortunate, man. Like, I wish we can have more of these moments and more of these events. You know what I mean? While our people are still here. You know what I mean? It's touching though. Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber, like these are all people that I know have worked with the Migos at some point in the past or have, come across them, and it's beautiful, man. I just wish we had more of these moments when, our peoples were still here. You know what I mean? While we had our flowers to still smell them.
Facts, man. Facts. Philly Max, salute RBH.
It's good, my G.
Yep, yep. Yep, everybody, be sure to hit the like button. Let us know what city and state you're tapping in from. We're going to be doing a review, a dope ass review today, but we also have some news to speak on. We're going to touch on the old record, Jackpot or Hot Boy from Bobby Shmurda, RBH artist. So we're going to touch on that a little bit. Quavo said, "You always was with me, and we did everything together. Since we was kids, you been by my side, looking up at me with them eyes, the same eyes you got as my sister, waiting on me to make the next move. And then you followed up right behind me. You always made sure I did it first so you could do it right with me. You never competed with me. We was always on the same team because you hated playing against me because I always played too hard or too rough. I can hear mama saying, not too rough, son, because I didn't like to lose. Remember, our first dream was to be the tag team partners in the WWE. We fell in love with the WWE wrestling." Your reaction to that portion of Quavo's message to Takeoff?
I mean, we clearly see my man don't like to lose. That's all I'll say about that. But I'll also say, it's a blessing when, like, I heard what you were saying earlier before I chimed in. You know what I mean? Like working with your family and stuff like that. Like, I'm blessed. A lot of the core people behind RBH, behind Ryan Beheezy, are my family. Like, shout out my cousin Show Rock. You know what I'm saying? Got the shirt on right now. You know what I mean? Shout out my cousin Duke. Shout out my cousin Ray. You know what I mean? Like, and me and you, bro, like blood couldn't make me and you no closer. You know what I'm saying? But when you are actually blood with the people that you cool with, man, that's just the icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Facts, man. Offset really came in and stamped this. You changed the culture of music forever. You did that, Take. The flow came from Take, the originator of the flow. He changed the music. RBH, what does that say right there?
That's everything. I mean, a lot of people are giving Migos the credit of like when they came out, a lot of rappers changed their flows. You know what I mean? They started attacking the beats the same way that the Migos were attacking the beats. You know what I mean? And for Quavo to say and Offset for both of them to say, we got that from Takeoff, that's everything. You know what I mean? So the flow that we all love, the flow that the three of them were using, Takeoff was actually the originator of that. That's wild, man. Like, and this is why hip hop as a culture, this is why we hurting. Because if you recognize that, you know what I mean, it's that deep. Like we lost the one. We lost the one. And it's crazy because I was thinking about it today because I've been, all right, not for nothing, even past the shooting, I've been listening to nothing but that album. Like it's an incredible piece of work. You know what I mean? And what's that?
Uncle Neff.
Uncle Neff, yeah. Only built for Infinity Links. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all stream that, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check that out. But it's an incredible piece of work. And even after the death, I've been listening to it. And it's just crazy that people, you know, it's one thing for an artist to go out, but when they go out on top, that hurts, bro. Like I feel like, you know, 96, 95, 96, I wasn't of age, but Biggie and Pac died. You know what I mean? I was alive, but I didn't become a fan of them until later on in life. So now I'm feeling what everybody else was feeling that was really of age when they passed because they were at the height of their careers. Crazy.
Yeah, Offset really broke down during this. He really broke down during this. He really doesn't want, to believe this. It's really got to be hard for him sinking in. You know what I mean? The fact that they were going through that little split while Offset was doing whatever he's doing, and they just couldn't hold up on the music anymore to the point where Takeoff and Quavo came back together as we initially saw them in the beginning. You know what I mean? It wasn't that foreign to us for them to be together as the sole members of the group. We had seen it before.
Right.
So yeah, man, rest in peace to Takeoff. You think we're gonna get a couple more culture albums, Ryan? You think they'll go up to at least 5?
I mean, whatever they was beefing about, you know, they haven't spoken about it publicly, so I'm not about to assume or come up here and make assumptions and all that. But I will say, whatever it was, and I want everybody that's tuned in right now to understand this. Whatever your issues is with your loved ones, that's time lost. You know what I mean? Like you always think, we got tomorrow. Oh, F this dude. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We'll make it right in the future. Sometimes tomorrow be really tomorrow. It don't be next week. It don't be years from now. It don't be down the line. Sometimes it's right around the corner. So love your loved ones while they're here. For real. Squash whatever it is. If it ain't that deep, you know what I'm saying? Always spread that love. Always. Because that's what those tears was when he was on that podium. Whatever they was going through wasn't that deep. Wasn't deep enough for them to have lost time. They were promoting a whole album. You know what I mean? And that's time to Offset lost with his cousin.
Facts, man. So, and we're going to be talking about an album tonight, man. We're going to be talking about an album that comes 20 years, literally just about 20 years, maybe a little bit over, 20 years from the first. And we're talking about the Realness.
Cormega. Part 2. I don't know if y'all know about the first one, but the first one was a hip hop classic.
Yep. Today we're here to speak on Cormega, who released his sequel album to The Realness. The Realness 2 is out right now just for everybody. It's been out for a few weeks now. You can stream it. Go grab it on Apple Music. The Realness 2. That's what we're talking about. But a little backstory on Cormega. Cormega made his name in the early 90s before getting locked up for an armed robbery charge in 1991. 4 years is what he served. Nas actually gave Cormega a shout out on One Love, the amazing album, on the unforgettable Illmatic.
Hip hop classic.
So that actually started the awareness that right there of Cormega on a much larger spectrum. Kind of like when Eminem wore the free Yayo shirt at the Grammys, Ryan.
I would say it was equivalent to that. Absolutely.
You know what? Yeah, man. And the line was actually, he said, "In the nighttime is more trife than ever. What's up, Cormega? Did you see him? Are y'all together? If so, then hold the fort down. Represent to the fullest. Say what's up to Herb, Ice, and Bullet. I let a 500 in your commissary. You was my dude when push came to shove. One what? One love.
One love.
So after that, Mega was actually released in 1995. And then in 1996, Nas would go on to feature Cormega on his second album. It Was Written, on Affirmative Action alongside AZ and Foxy Brown.
The Firm.
Yep, right there. The unofficial single for the album, or not really, RBH?
I would say more like a street single. Like a wankster to end the, like a wankster to Get Rich or Die Trying.
What's up? So let me see here. Any thoughts on who had the best verse there? I would have to say Cormega, hands down. Did we already speak on that?
You see, the one thing about Cormega, the reason why like a lot of his verses will always rise to the top like Cream is because they're filled with the strength of street knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy got gems in just about every other bar. Like I want my kids to when I put my kids on the hip hop, I want them to start off by listening to a Cormega, especially part 1 into part 2. But we'll talk more about that as we review the album. But those gems, man, those gems, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Salute. Quake. That's my guy right there. 561 in the building.
It's good, my boy.
Yeah. So Cormega, man, he just you know what I mean? I'm giving it to Cormega. Hardest verse on the Firm Affirmative Action record. He said, "Yo, the smoothest killer since Bugsy. Bitches love me. In Queens where the drugs be. I wear Guess jeans and rugbies. Bugsy Siegel, where Beanie Siegel got his name, y'all. Where Beanie Siegel got his name from. Guess jeans in Queens, where my drugs be, the smoothest killer since Bugsy Siegel. If you know, you know. The person Beanie Siegel named himself after. You know, I wear Guess jeans and rugbies. Guess jeans are the classic jeans with the triangle logo on the back pocket, the upside down triangle logo on the back right pocket. They're fire. And this reminds me of the era with the Boss jeans, where it actually said Boss, you know, right on your dick, no homo. It said Boss right where the zipper is. This reminds me of that era with the rugbies, the
starter jackets,
the Tommy Hilfiger button downs.
Woo! The Tommies.
Even the Lacoste shirts. With
the crocodile joints. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that bar is fire till today.
Till this day.
So
this
was technically the first single for the group, The Firm, based on Cormega's association with the group. He would go on to sign with Def Jam to put together the album The Testament. Now, RBH, he had the shout out on Illmatic, you know, Nas's first album, but I wanted to say that the shout out wasn't enough. He had to come and present himself to the general public. You know what I mean? He actually had to present himself on record. They had to hear Cormega spit before a Def Jam came in and grabbed him.
Yeah, a lot of people would shout out on Illmatic. That don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's a good it's a good lift, but I mean, if you don't have nothing to back it up, it's nothing. It's just like if you catch yourself recording with your camera, you catch yourself a viral moment, you upload it to your social media and it goes viral. All right, yeah, we all know who you are today. But what have you done? You know what this industry is. What have you done for us lately? So if you don't have nothing to back that up, it's nothing. So to say that Cormega was big off of a Nas shout out, we knew his name because of a Nas shout out, but his work ethic is the reason why we know who Cormega is today. That's what got him his deal. Stop playing.
Yep. You're not going to get signed off a shout out. That's obvious, but it was written, gave all the music execs Cormega's voice to hear alongside AZ, Foxy Brown, and Nas himself. When you listen to, excuse me, share this video, hit that like button. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. It's Mikey T, the movie star, and RBH. So when you listen to Affirmative Action, it's Cormega's verse first, and then the second is first best verse is what I'm saying. Cormega has the best verse. Second is Foxy Brown. The order of the song, that doesn't matter. The order of the song doesn't matter. Mega's verse hits the hardest, and Foxy is next. Foxy is doing some mathematics, and her math doesn't really make sense. Her math didn't really add up. It sounded good on the lyrics. I actually fact-checked it, and it just wasn't accurate, RBH.
It ain't right.
But it sounded good. It sounded good on the record. She was like breaking down the math, how to chop up a bird. And it's like, who is this shorty, man? This is crazy right here. You know what I mean? So it made people do two things. You know what I mean? We heard AZ on Life's a Bitch, but then it's like, who's this guy talking about I'm chilling with dudes who hitting Dominican spots and stealing bricks? Who is that guy? You know what I mean? And that was Cormega. That's what the streets was saying. And then they're saying, who's Shorty? Who's Foxy Brown? This is hard. I can't believe a female is talking like this. This shit was crazy.
That's what shit.
And that's what got the record execs to pay attention, I think. Everyone was wondering, like, who's this dude who wears Guess jeans and rugbies and hits the Dominican spots? Because I wear Guess jeans and rugbies, and I actually go and shop at some of those spots. You know what I'm saying, RBH?
That's right.
Yep. So Mega was also replaced in the group, which didn't really go on to find much success alongside Dr. Dre.
I like Nature too, though.
Right, but the question is, why was Mega replaced? Now, stay tuned for my interview with Mega, where hopefully I'll be able to address some of that with him. Also, going to talk about his new album, The Realness, too. It's available, you guys. Who was Mega replaced with? Nature, right? Personally, I think it was a horrible decision replacing Mega with Nature. You could see who would have had the better solo career, and no diss to Nature. Compare the albums. Let's do a poll. Let's ask the people. What is it? For All Seasons versus The Realness. What do y'all got? And I want everybody to share this video. For All Seasons by Nature or The Realness? I'll put up a damn poll. RBH, any thoughts on that?
We ain't friends no more. That was my jam. I mean, I rock with Nature too, bro. That's all I'm saying. I rock with Nature too, but Nature versus Cormega. I mean, when that whole situation went down, you know what I mean? Cormega went and found Nature and ran him the fair one.
Oh damn. So
I mean, it was real. After that, they shook hands and walked away and ended up being cool later on. But real blows, you know what I mean? Like that was a real situation in hip hop that went under the radar. Another gem for people that don't know. Yeah, they really fought over that.
So the Testament album got caught up. It got shelved on Def Jam. So that's where I'm going to take this next as we continue to give a little bit of background before we get into this album review. The Testament album got caught up and shelved on Def Jam, and he wouldn't be able to get the album back for several years, which led to him creating the Realness. The Realness is easily an A album. You know what I mean? 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? Maybe even a 9.5. It might just be an A. If a 9.5 is a 95, is an A plus. I would go as far to say a 9.5 out of 10. It's almost perfection. It's comparable to Illmatic. I would go as far as to say that whoever doesn't agree with me, that's fine. You know what I mean? You're entitled to your own opinion. If that album, I can play it in 2022 in my car, working, and not skip a song. There's just something about timeless music. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you would say that now because we're out of the time loop. You know what I mean? Like, but back then, like, what I mean by out of the time loop is we're in 2022, about to be in 23. We have the ability to go back and, you know what I mean, have an unbiased ear of everything that's out right now. The people that wouldn't agree with you, you know what I mean, are the people that were really into it around 2001 when the album should have dropped in like 98, 97. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been because music changed by the time it came out. You know what I'm saying? Like the waves had changed. Like the vibes were different. Right. Right. After 2000. Right. Extremely. Like we're talking about, just to bring people into it, 2001, what was popping? Missy Elliott, 50 Cent in the club, Ludacris.
Blow up a year later.
Facts, Chingy. So then here you come with Cormega with some gully stuff, like you said, like on the lines of Illmatic. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I missed its mark, and that's the reason why it's not a classic album today. It should have came out when he recorded it, when it was done. I just want to put that out there.
Facts. You know, even when it came out, you knew it was special, though. I don't know if he knew that while. I don't know if he knew that while he was recording. A lot of these times, you know, artists are humble. They don't really realize the effect they had on the culture. A lot of the content that 50 Cent would rap about, Mega was rapping about it. You know, Fat Cat and all that, drug dealers, the guys in the streets that they looked up to. Cormega was doing it first. Without spitting it, I'd still be getting it. The first dealer / lyricist. He told you. Mega was sizzling on the underground, heating up the streets. You know, do you think people were jacking Power of the Dollar over the Realness? 50's from where? Queens. Cormega's from where? Queensbridge. It's a difference. Queensbridge was running shit. Queensbridge was running shit. Paisley, South Jamaica, I never heard of them. Power of the Dollar, I don't know. Some of these songs sound a little soft. You know, with Power of the Dollar, I mean, people raised their eyebrows. I mean, Ghetto Quran, Mega, I'd never make a song like that. Material Girl, what the fuck is that? Thug Love with Beyonce? Name one soft song from Cormega. He doesn't cater to pop radio. And they were bumping him all over Queens. This guy Cormega is nice. We're playing him in the Bronx. 50's getting spins on Jamaica Ave. The whole 5 boroughs was bumping Cormega. 50 was really just learning how to rap. You know, his bars were kind of elementary compared to Mega. Till this day, 50 doesn't really consider himself that. You know what I mean? 50 will tell you. Cormega is a major artist. 50 can play with sounds and try to, you know, try different stuff, but it's bars with Cormega, RBH.
All day, every day. 50 Cent is more of a shout out. I mean, rest in peace, Jam Master J. Shout out track makers. You know what I mean? Like 50, yeah, just track master, shout them out. You know what I mean? But like 50 is more of a hook guy. Even if you like, if you're an MC, you know what I mean? Even if you're into the hip hop and you study it, you listen to 50's bars. His bars, even his verses, sound like one continuous hook. Take any bar from 50 Cent and loop it, you have the perfect hook. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be spilling secrets, but like, yo, that's what it is. Shout out to 50 Cent. That's one of my favorite artists of all day. But at the same time, when it comes to lyrics and bars, that's a different aspect. You get what I'm saying? And that's what my man Cormega got. Definitely. I just co-sign what Mikey T just said. That's all. We don't always agree either. I don't think we always agree, but like on this, definitely.
I'm surprised you agree with me on that one, actually, man. Because I'm a big power of the dollar guy, but in comparison to something stuff that Cormega was doing, you could just tell the levels to it and the way you broke it down of how it should have come out in 88. Everybody do me a favor, hit that like button, share this video one time to one friend, and make sure you let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. It's your host, Mikey T, the movie star, and I'm joined by my co-host, RBH. We're doing a review for the Realness 2. Right now, we're just getting into a little backstory. Rest in peace. What up, Lativa? Rest in peace to Migos Takeoff. Very touching messages that we went over from Quavo and Offset. So the Realness 1, you guys, Cormega did a track. It was actually called the Realness 1. Cormega did 5 for 40. You know what I mean? And that is in reference to what? 5 for 40. Crackheads are like, I only buy from Corey. Corey? Who's Corey? That's his government name. He's telling you on the skit, I got 5 for 40. It was hard. I remember that skit. He actually goes back on the Realness 2 and does a skit as well like that, but we'll get into it in the full review. Lloyd Banks actually is on this album as well, RBH. We got a couple features. We got Nas, Lloyd Banks, Havoc. Before we get into it, RBH, did you have a favorite feature on this album?
I would say P's on this album too, right?
No.
Nah, it rolled over. That was my bad. We'll talk about that later.
Listening
But
to
the Banks feature was cool. I mean, all right, I'll say this much. Out of all the features, Cormega outshined all of his features. Make sure you check out the album. That's what I gotta say. Like, even in my notes, I'm going over. I'm like, it was really Cormega that held the torch on this one, man.
So we're going to get into the tracks now, you guys. The first track, if you guys haven't heard it, or if you have, you can put up your own rankings right now. The first track is Once and For All. So we're going to get into the first track, our thoughts on it, Once and For All. What up? Let me know. Shout out whatever city you're in. If you have any comments about the album, send in a super chat as well. So one of the lines I want to go into, it was when it's time to pay the piper, you regret the purchase. Buyer's remorse. Right there, start the album off, and I'm already done. I'm logging out. RBH.
We're back. Yeah, oh man, my guy, wow, bro. Nah, yo, I heard that. I was like, okay, we back.
I'm
Part 2
out.
for
I'm
real.
done, guys. That was all I needed to hear. They don't rap like this no more. You know what I mean? If Mega is not in your top 5 or your top 10 at least, go back and listen. You know, a lot of these bars might go over your head. This man just said, when it's time to pay the piper, you regret the purchase. Buyer's remorse. Not only is it funny, some of y'all need me to really explain this bar. You need to explain this because it just easily goes over your head. Stuff like this is why I consider Mega underrated. He says that stuff that will make you go and play that shit again. Play that again. Rewind it and play it back. You know, it makes you do stuff like that. A lot of these songs you hear it once. A lot of these records you hear them once. It's like, yeah, whatever. But this intro right here, this is the shit. And that bar is some real ass shit. You know, I feel like Cormega was bringing a deeper look into the streets. RBH, what did you think about this song, Once and For All?
I mean, I found a few quotables, like, because the way I listen to albums is I'm a hip hop geek. You know this, man. And for the fans that don't know, I'm a real hip hop geek. So, like, when I'm really trying to soak in the album, I actually pull up the lyrics online and listen to it along to make sure that nothing goes over my head. You know what I'm saying? So, when we review these songs, I'm just going to go over some of the bars that really stuck out to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about my man, rest in peace, P. He said, you know what I'm saying? I put the lifetime in between the paper's lines. And that's what my man Cormega did. You know what I'm saying? And he's known for his gems. So with this song, my man said, I gratefully made it out of place so sick it's contagious. Slow money quickly spreads hatred. It's a desert. I ain't no oasis. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, yes. This is more of that uncut, the purest rap. Coca leaf potency, ultimately forming that. You catch the rhyme scheme as he's explaining what he's, you know what I mean? All right. Hard substance, articulate bar structure. To question everything in different line. These ain't together, you know what I'm saying? To question everything in life, death is certain. When it's time to pay the price, will you regret the purchase? Gems. Gems.
Yeah, a couple lines I had. He said, "Character flaws. I walk in truth. My stride with liars. Hold no weight. I provide a consignment. My influence is deeper than rap. I truly stood the test of time like Mayan ruins. Glad I found my calling before the system tried to lose me. No regrets, except I didn't make a song with Oogie." And let me just ask, man,
So
do you
even
know?
you saying it.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
know what the Mayan ruins are? Like, do you know do you know what that is? Do you even
Bruh,
do you even know what that is? Like, that's another bar that just went right over your head. Like, you know what I mean? Is it because Mega is an intellectual person? Like, go in
yes.
go in Google and look it up. Mayan ruins. He stood the test of time like the Mayan ruins. That bar is fire. And he regrets not doing a song with his homie Oogie, who passed away. And that song would have been fire too if he did it. I guarantee you that. Yeah, I like
Definitely.
that bar too. Didn't you say you said that bar, RBH? Coca leaf, coca leaf potency, ultimately forming that hard substance, articulate bar structure regarded by the streets and the prisoners and the yard love it. Yeah. Okay. You
Killing
know,
them syllables. Even hearing you read them back, it's like, whoa.
even though this is really nothing like we heard on the Realness, the original album, it's a great start to the album. It shows growth and it shows that Mega actually cares about what he is saying on the track. But he's always cared. He's never come on a record saying some gibberish bullshit. Can you name
Facts.
one song? Name one song where he's ever done that. The wordplay and the way it's flowing. I feel like this is one of the better beats as well. Now we're going to get into our grade. If anybody wants to grade once and for all, everybody share this video as well. Hit that like button. Let me know what city and state you're tapped in from. Mikey T, the movie star, joined by my co-host RBH. I feel like this is one of the better beats on the album. It's a true 90s beat here, RBH. It's a true sound. And nobody does that anymore. They don't make music like this because it's 2022. It's like he's in a different era and he refuses to adapt. He doesn't want to, which is not a bad thing either, RBH. A lot of artists can't do what Mega does. This song right here to get things started off, solid 9. I'm giving Once and For All a solid 9 to start this album out.
I'm starting it out. I give it a 10. He hasn't flawed yet, in my opinion. But let's keep going.
All right. Next up, we're going to get into a record called Her Name. Her Name. This song, he borrowed lyrics. He borrowed lyrics on this song actually from his first Realness, the American Beauty track. It's obvious that he took inspiration from that original cut. It's a dope concept. It borrowed small bits and parts. Some people might not notice it, but I noticed. I'm a true mega fan. I noticed it might go over a lot of people's heads by the song. The song stands on its own though, because this right here is an original. It's an original song. The first one was for her though. The second one is for him. American Beauty was for her. Her name is for him. The lyrics make sense. It's kind of a sequel. The first was pointing out the flaws, and this one is more how to help the person in my eyes. That's really how I listen to it. Her name starts off with a very interesting sound. This is something different than I've heard Cormega on in the past. He was like, you know what I mean? He had
Definitely.
some shit in there. He had one line where he was like, I was sick. M came with recovery. Fuck a king. It was the guru that provided you a moment of truth. It's undeniable. I didn't know what the hell that line was right there, but you want to give some of your thoughts on her name?
Yeah, it's to me it's it's a part two. It's in the first album, The Realness, it was a letter to hip hop. This is a continuation. It also feels like a letter to hip hop. It kind of reminds me of what Common did back in the day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Like one of the bars that that captivates what I'm talking about. He was like, "You've been hear me out on this because this is deep. Another gem, ladies and gentlemen. You've been lied to, but since things inspire you, people who admired you no longer invest time in you." Bruh. One thing that going back to what you was talking about earlier, even when Cormega does interviews, he'll just be talking, speaking his mind, doing interviews and stuff like that. And yo, my man, he got he'll come up with gems even in the interview, and those become the headlines to his articles. You know what I mean? So like this song right here, I just feel like it was a letter to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was, telling hip hop the state that it's in, and what you were just talking about when like how he won't change, he won't adapt to the times. This is the song explaining that, like why he won't and why he'll continue to do what he does while showing growth.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Her name, track 2. Our homie C's really, really like this track as well, man.
Shout out CeeLo.
That's our brother, Caesar CeeLo, Caesar Supreme.
Another bar he said, if we got time, we got time?
No, of course, bro. You got all the time you want, man. This is our Realness 2 album review. We got 80 people tuned in right now. Make sure y'all share this video one time and hit the like button. We also like to see where y'all tapping in from. We will shout out your city and state. Let's go.
Yeah, we like shout outs, man. Yo, drop everything down in the comments. Love that, boy. Ladies. All right, another bar he said was, you, again, judging hip hop from a real MC's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Or an MC that we respect. You know what I mean? All right, check it out. He said, you let yourself go, which proves you're less confident. It's obvious people hoping you return to Providence. It's skeptical. I'm guessing too many broken promises. Bruh.
Now, the original did not have a hook, and there's no hook here.
Another.
How did you feel that we didn't get any hook on this one?
I felt like that's the reason why it's the sequel. Like he's really doing a part 2 to every song that he did on the first joint. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. And I also like the sped up Cormega flow here. Mega's music needs more than one listen, though. You could listen to this album the first time and say it's cool, but you really need to listen to it twice to get what he's trying to do. But the thing is, it gives you that drive to actually want to listen to it again. It's so deep. You know what I mean? Salute, my brother Quake, my guy MLB 1090. Salute. So overall on this one, yo, I'm giving this one an 8, RBH. I'm not really feeling this one as much as the first track, you know what I mean? I was liking a little bit more than this one. I'm giving it an 8. Are you still riding high though, man? It seems like you're still riding pretty high.
I'm riding pretty high because I appreciate the fact that it's a sequel. But you're right, there's some kryptonite in the cracks. Ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna have to give this one a 9. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we first this is where even my opinion, you know what I mean, my biased opinion falls a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit though, just a little bit. Still riding high though.
So
Just not loud.
next up, we're moving on to Glorious. Glorious, featuring Nas, produced by The Alchemist. Nazir, Corey, if Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris was one, we live a life, a glorious one. 40 of Vernon, done, done. Mega, not who I met through this music shit. We from the block, a brother I grew up with. Love. And I want you to notice, RBH, everybody in here, notice how Nas is calling themselves by their governments. Nazir and Corey, 40th and Vernon, 40th Street and Vernon Boulevard, the heart of Queensbridge. For those that don't know, 40th and Vernon, dun dun. In Queensbridge, they speak dun lingo. Brooklyn doesn't speak dun lingo. Who made the dun language popular?
Yeah. Salute Mikey T for that, bro. Wow.
Who
I ain't
made
even hip to that.
who made the dun language popular? There's a
Done.
gentleman, there's a gentleman by the name of Prodigy, you might know. Cormega
Done.
Cormega had a song called Dun and Kiko. What up, Kiko? It's a certain type of language only Queensbridge speaks. In the Bronx, they call each other Mo, M-O-E. In Queensbridge, to be exact, they call each other Dun and Kiko. I like why Nas, you know what I mean? I like that Nas threw in that little tribute. He threw that tribute in there for Prodigy. Hey, P, he didn't forget you. I didn't even need to shout you out. All I got to do is say dun dun. And you know what I'm talking about. You already know. That's somebody that made the phrase classic. When you think of dun, you think of Prodigy. A lot of people were saying it, but he is the one who really put it out there.
That's a fact. That's a
Yep.
fact. Salute. Salute. Rest in peace, peace. Shout out Havoc. Shout out Mikey T for that gem.
Just wanted to put that out there. Appreciate everybody for tapping
Wow.
in this video. You know, Cormega had some hot shit. Me and Nas embody poetic grace. In many ways, I've changed since selling weight. On my shoulders, the devils came to me in a dream and promised me things to test my faith. That is a fire bar. RBH, spoiler alert, this song is a 10 out of 10. Everything from the lyrics to the beat. And I'm not just saying that because it's Nas. I'm not saying that because Nas is on it. But the way the song starts, Nas comes on, Cormega finishes it, Alchemist grabs your attention in the first 7 seconds, and you want to turn your levels up to the max. Level 100. RBH, what do you got to say about the record Glorious?
I mean, I'll just chime in on what you said. Like, yo, this is a it was definitely a coming of age record. You know what I'm saying? These two men have had a lot of problems in the past. You know what I mean? A lot of turbulence. You know what I mean? Like a lot. And you know, one of the bars that was dope was when Nas was like, again using their real names, Nasir and Corey. If Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris was one. You know what I mean? Like bro, that's a strong combination. I will say Nas didn't bring his best A game, and if he did, Cormega showed him up. I will say that. So I can't say that this song can't give it a 10. I got to give it a 9.5 for that. You know what I'm saying? Because then Cormega, he follows up with bars like the shadow of depth with evaporated steps. The road to riches is cold and vicious. Some expire before acquiring growth and wisdom. It's knowing when a co-defendant's tone is different. Bruh,
Yep.
that's somebody who was in. Yo, the only way you're coming up with bars like that is, yo, you did something and your man supposedly is telling on you. Like, that's the only way you come up with that. Or you watch too much Law and Order. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's deep. Close your eyes and listen, bro. You get the whole picture. That's hip hop.
RBH, did Law and Order exist back then in like 2000?
I have no idea.
I thought you were a big Law and Order guy.
Yeah. But I caught up when I caught up. I just binged it on Netflix. You know what I mean? When I caught up, I don't know when it started. When it, I'm current. I can tell you the new stuff. I don't know nothing about back then though.
Yeah, no, I remember you was telling me about the Law and Order movie. They should have really marketed that a different way, but that's another conversation.
You ain't lying though.
Honestly, Nas and Cormega are like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. It's that type of vibe. I would like to see a whole album. You know what I mean? Nas, Esco, and Sosa was fire. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if it was an official album with Nas and AZ, but I would like to see something like that with Cormega and Nas because they click on tracks, man. Let me see. I got another lyric here. It said, Mega, not who I met through this music shit. We from the block, a brother I grew up with. Meaning he didn't meet Cormega on no music industry shit. He met
That was
Mega,
big.
he met Mega through Queens Bridge because dudes would always see Mega outside wearing Guess jeans and rugbies. His jewels are so colorful. How does he have red diamonds? How does he have a red diamond, a blue diamond? You ever watch cartoons? His jewels look like he had more colors than cartoon characters. It looked like he had Fruit Loops on his neck. It was unique. You know how I do? Jewels so colorful, my daughter don't gotta watch cartoons. Dudes watch moves like LeBron's fresh out of high school. Dudes watch my moves like LeBron fresh out of high school. My jewels are so colorful. My daughter don't gotta watch cartoons.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
10 out of 10, man.
9.5. I ain't like the fuck. But go ahead. Agree to disagree.
Of course. So we move on. The saga resumes. Our next, this is a deep song. This song actually borrows from the original, the Saga remix. The words are the same. Some of the words are the same, similar to American Beauty. I'm in a better place. Everything toxic removed from the air of confidence I exude. Smooth as rap on the back of Paid in Full. Ironically, my rap has heavy jewels. Paid in Full. Did you watch the movie? They had heavy jewels. Ironically, Cormega's raps have heavy jewels. Get it? The song actually works with Cormega on the hook. You know what I'm saying? This is a sequel, the Saga remix. The first verse of the Saga remix was actually over a piano, and then the bass and more instruments come in, and he really wanted you to hear the first verse though. But the flows are actually the same. What did he say? He said, times changed like the climate I changed. And you can tell on the Saga Resumes, he has changed. Even on this album, his flow progressed. It went from I'm on the bench high eating chicken wings and fries. It changed from that hopelessness to progression, confidence. If I can do it, you can do it. Listen to my verse on affirmative action. This is one of the, RBH, this is one of the deepest, most introspective songs he ever recorded in his career, next to Love In, Love Out. That's why he went and did a follow-up, I would have to say.
Definitely. And boy, did he follow up. My man killed it, bruh. The pen game does not fail with Cormega, man. And I'm talking about, what track are we on? Is this 4 or 5?
Yeah, I want to say this is track 4.
So track 4, we're still going strong. Me and you have butted heads all the way down to 4. And here we are still. I got to say, this is another top tier track. In my opinion, all right. Another bar that I caught that I thought was dope. He said, imagine coming from a rough environment like a diamond in coal, yet shine, then refine to a sight to behold. Enlightenment, bestow on a mic. I show characteristics, illuminate, prize, and glow. I had to throw my lighter on that one.
This doesn't top the original, but it comes close, RBH. The original was like, what the fuck? The way it starts and the way the beat picks up, and the shit that he's saying, it's mad deep. But this is major growth. You can tell. And as I said, the hook portion, maybe the hook portion could have been updated a little bit.
I I agree to an extent. I mean, like again, this is a sequel, and it's very hard for a sequel to stand up to an original. You get what I'm saying? Like the only time that's ever happened for me was probably Home Alone. You know what I mean? And Home Alone 2, I was like, wow, that's just actually better than the first one.
From
Other
what
than that, as far as a follow up, I think he did a good job. But I have to agree with you. At the same time, I have to agree with you. No, it is not as strong as the first time. But I have to give credit to the point where it still kind of holds up. But no, you're right. It's still not there. Still not there. Even with bars like, as attorneys ask for leniency to fix mistakes, defenders make. What other lyrics this convey? Pictures as vividly and deal with a claim. Don't talk about it, be about it. I live what I say. To the grave, you either with me or in the way. I felt that.
mm, mm.
I felt that.
Cormega kind of realized that he didn't have to rap like he did in his earlier days. He doesn't have to do much.
Facts.
His audience grew with him. Think about it. Cormega is one of those artists who has a cult following. He's not going to make a Lobby Boys sounding album or be on a drill beat. He is true to himself. He takes his artists serious, the same way that Nas does.
Definitely. I gotta definitely agree with you there, man. He on this album, I could definitely tell you like what's dope about Cormega, what's dope about Mega is like the first album, you could tell he was really in the street. You know what I mean? Like he was really, you know what I mean? Like he was really hustling. He was really about getting that money. This one, it's more about being a grown man. Like it's really about coming of age. And it's really, I mean, even back then he had the gems, but now the gems are like yeah, I mean, the gems are the gems, but this is just coming from a grown man's perspective versus from somebody who's settled, I should say. Still gangster, still hood, but somebody who's settled in their position versus somebody who's on the come up and who's hungry. You know what I mean? I say that was the difference that I'm feeling here. Would you agree?
Like Cormega's the type of guy who's like, yo, if the album isn't ready, I'm not going to rush it. People will respect, like he is not worried about like the production is going to carry him through so he can say BS lyrics. Mega is a true poet. He has a quality that the only other people I've really seen is Tupac Shakur. You know what I mean? He sounds good a cappella. He doesn't even need a beat. The same way when Pac reads his stuff. Imagine reading Dear Mama RBH with no beat. You know what I mean? That's poetry. Read the Saga lyrics. He is not embarrassed to be associated with poetry either. Usually artists are, he doesn't have a problem. He might not even get that, but the people who dissect his lyrics, they realize he is. And also he's an amazing storyteller as well. The only artist that could really walk you through it like that is Slick Rick. The art of storytelling, you felt like you were like with him, like the Nas songs. So it's like rewind it, please.
Big facts. Big facts. And keep playing and playing and playing and playing and going and going and going and going.
So overall, because of the fact that this is a follow-up record, and I feel like he did a pretty good job with it because of the nostalgia value, I was really going to give it a 9. I was really going to give it a 9 on this one. But I also wanted to note, since the nostalgia value I did not factor with her name, I'm going to keep it at an 8 just because that's what I had it ranked in. But I'd really like to give it an 8.5, just because I really like when people draw back like that, and it's a worthwhile drawback, not like a meaningless sequel, you know what I mean, but a worthwhile drawback. So that's why I gave The Saga Resumes a 9. RBH, what were you gonna give this record?
I mean, it was a strong reflection of how he was feeling and how he was coming up, and how it was that growth, but he was showing you how he grew. And like, if he was rough and dirty on the first version, he's showing you how he could still get down and dirty on this, but how he's a grown man from that perspective. So I'm gonna have to roll with. Gotta give it like a 9.5, bruh.
Oh,
It's
word.
up there.
That's lit, man. I'm really liking this grading scheme we're doing, and you got to use it to average it out for your overall grade. That's how I kind of looked at it. I decided that's how I wanted to do it going forward, RBH, because we've done several album reviews together, and I feel like we should really grade each song to make a average.
Definitely.
Next song, What's Understood, actually produced
Correct.
by former G Unit president Sha Money XL. First of all, man, Sha Money actually produced on the Realness, the first album as well. What do you make?
Yeah.
What do you make of this, man? Him working with Sha Money like that, him having that relationship with a G Unit, former G Unit president.
I love the fact that he's kept it Queens. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes it authentic for me at the end of the day. But to me, we're gonna lose points because I didn't like this beat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Ooh.
ain't like the beat.
Damn, I was really just looking for a cool Sha Money XL segue, to clip off and put as a YouTube clip real quick, but I guess you just wanted to go into the beat. So
Gotta be honest.
what did Mega say in this one? I think he said necessary adjustments. Dumb shit is beneath me. I'm above it. This reminds me of the song he did called Loyalty. Loyalty.
Oh,
Never
wow.
give it till it's earned. That's why I wasn't with the firm. But this song, the beat, it doesn't really do the song justice. And no disrespect to Sha Money XL. I see what he's doing. He's trying to give it a laid back vibe, but the beat doesn't really do the song justice. And right now, we're talking about What's Understood. We're talking about What's Understood from the Realness 2. The beat doesn't really do the song justice. Now, I liked how he did it on the original Loyalty. You never give it till it's earned. It was more hip hoppy. You know what I mean? It had a bass line. I feel like on this here, he needs more bass line. It makes the sounds
Yeah.
more full and rich. When you listen to it, it doesn't sound as hollow. It reverberates off the walls. It knocks in your car better. It's like laid back, but it knocks. You know what I mean? This song is more, it's a little too laid back. It doesn't really do much for me. The lyrics are there, the flow is spot on.
Always key. Lyrics are always there.
The beat could have been more, it's just missing a little something.
Definitely.
Do you got anything to say about this record as well?
I could quote some of the lyrics that I really liked. I mean, Cormega is full of gems again, and one of the ones he said was, "If I measure loyalty, would you come up short or hold weight at all costs? The hate infiltrate where love once was. What's understood doesn't have to be explained no more." Damn. Also, I'm no longer beneficial to users. Think kindness is weakness to subject it to strength, and realize peace suppresses the inner beast. Sleep. You'll rest eternally under the white sheet. Bro, I don't know anybody out there that just watched Black Panther 2, all about the white sheets. You know what I mean? Go see that. That was a gem. Another gem.
He said, replaced by tension among us, it seems felonies separated us.
Yes, bro. Like,
another thing is, like, I just want to say is like, why does Mega feel like he has to do the hook? You know what I mean? It's okay to really break up the monotony of it. Do this hook. This is another hook where a female or another R&B dude honestly, a female or an R&B dude would have sounded good on this. I don't know if Mega doesn't like doing features. Maybe it's the red tape and the clearance issues. I don't know. Cormega's strongest point is not on the hooks, at least him performing them. He could write the hook. If I measure loyalty, would it come up short? You can write the hook, but sometimes it's better to have someone actually bridge it together. It breaks up the monotony of it. I'm not saying get Beyonce or Rihanna. They want a lot of bread, but my point is, it doesn't got to be a female. That's got to ask for hella bread.
Sometimes some ideas are just better left on paper. Mikey T, when you're right, you're right. He wasn't the one for that. Lyrically, definitely killed it. Definitely, yes, my man, yes. But that was when you bring somebody else in to do the job that you had in your mind. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it sounds better on paper, bro. Sometimes you just gotta leave it there, or get the alley oop.
But I'll get a little bit more into that as my review goes. So this song to me, I'm giving this one a 7 based on the production. Everything is solid about it. He played it a little safe. It didn't need to be so dreamy. This song gets a 7 for me. RBH, what were you rating this one?
This is where, this is where Superman finally gets hit by the Lex Luthor kryptonite. This is the one. You know what I mean? This is the dip. This is
when
where
Batman was in that cave, when Bane threw Batman in that cave, right? For that portion of the movie.
Right over the yes.
I'm not putting it there. That's where RBH is putting this album. I'm not putting it there. I think it's
no. I'm not putting the album there, but this is where, because up until this point, we were arguing over tens. We were like 9.5, nines. You know what I mean? Like it was, but here's where we take the dip, bro. Definitely got to give this one a 7. Solid 7.
You gave it a 7 as well. We're sonically on that. That's the first one.
That's where your average, if you go to school, that's where your average starts dipping. You start pulling in them 70s, them C's. Kind of hard to call you an honor student when you got a C on your record. You get my drift.
All right. Can we get your take on life and rhymes?
All right. Well, some of the notes I took down for that one, I would say one of the few bars that stood out to me was probably, to each his own, we all addicted, whether substances or riches. If you want more when you get it, what's the difference? Between insustainable and a fulfillment, desire turns against you. If you can't find contentment, can't find contentment. I don't know about you, but like if you or a family member, anybody that you've ever loved, ever dealt with addiction, and you've dealt with it like hand in hand, that painted it for me. That's where he brought me with that one. You know what I'm saying? Life and rhymes. This is where he super. I hate to keep coming back to Superman, but that's how I feel when it comes to Cormega, bro. Like Superman was fighting I don't know, one of the crazy villains, man, and he stuffed him down on that last track. But here's where Superman come back with the uppercut. Big facts. He also said, my characteristics are that of a dealer who had the potential to transform into an artist that actually lives what he raps. Real credentials. Because my man was a hustler, bro. He was locked up. You know what I mean? He seen the co-defendant and all that, bro. Like, bro, we dealing with a real G here. There's nothing better to me. I'm not co-signing any type of violence, or I'm not saying go out and do all that, blase, whoop-de-whoop. But if that was your life, that's what you live, bro, there's nothing more authentic to me than you putting your real story in the lifeline. You know what I'm saying? And the more gangster it is, the more entertaining it is. That's all I'm going to say. And the fact that it's authentic is the fact that it's real.
Damn, this is some shit. He said, I've seen hustlers self-indulged in hallway stairs, spiral out of control. Regrettably, that's a life they chose, but couldn't escape to tighten their hole. Open my eyes so I could never put white in my nose. But I didn't really get to take many notes on this Life and Rhymes track, regrettably. Regrettably, I did not get to take many notes on this Life in Rhymes track. So if you want to finish us off on this before we get into Grand Scheme, RBH, did you have any more notes on Life in Rhymes? Right.
Yeah.
This is the one with the beat I didn't really like. It had that piano looping beat, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had this one bar where he said, "Reputation, my jacket, official like Jeff Hamilton." But yeah, I was about to read that bar off. He had a couple dope bars in this one. Did you have anything else? And could you give us an official grade on this one, RBH?
I'd give it a solid. My man was going so hard, even where the beat was going. So it's not perfect. I'm gonna have to go with an 8.5.
8.5. All right. We're going to move on to Grand Scheme
I need a
featuring.
timeout. My bad. Give me 1 second.
All right. RBH is going to time out for a second. We're about to move on to the next track called Grand Scheme featuring Lloyd Banks. And I just want to say, excuse me, on the Life in Rhymes. It actually had this, I believe it, Iceberg, it was that piano looped beat. If anybody in here has actually listened to Life in Rhymes, let me know. I'm going to check up on the poll. I want to see what everybody's saying. All right, which album was better? The Realness or For All Seasons? And it looks like we got 90% for the Realness. So that poll is actually going to be ended, and I'm going to start a new poll because I want to know whose favorite feature on the Realness too. Let me see, do I got them all here? All right, that's good. I'm just going to go with those three right there. So I put up a new poll, best feature. I want to know, who do y'all think had the best feature on the Realness 2? Y'all need to go check out that album if you haven't. Grand Scheme is fire. Yeah, we're about to get into it next. Hell yeah, Quake. That's the one. Oh shit, I didn't even see that comment you made, Quake, about Busta storytelling. Let me give my thoughts on Grand Scheme. I like the vibe of Grand Scheme. Everything about this song, it's a jazzy type beat. It's a nice vibe. It could have been a little bit more mellow. I think Banks could have been a little bit more mellow with it, just because the beat warranted is what I'm saying. I just wish he slowed down his flow a little bit just to match the beat. But I don't have nothing bad to say about this song. I feel like Banks didn't write for the song in particular. I kind of feel like he spit those. He kind of. I feel like he spit. He just spit those bars on the spot. I don't think he specifically wrote for that beat. If you get what I'm trying to tell you, because it kind of shows a little bit. But I'm one of the people who analyze music. Some might not notice this, but I'm Mikey T. I analyze music for a living. But yeah, I'm giving this one a solid 8 out of 10. Banks did a great job on this one. Banks did a really good job on this record. And I got to say, I just want to say, I was really excited to see all the features come out, you know what I mean, from Banks, Nas, Alchemist, Harry Fraud. I was really hyped to see all the features come out and show support of Cormega. RBH.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. So we're talking about Grand Scheme. I want to get your thoughts on the track. You might say I'm bugging out. I said that I thought Lloyd Banks could have been a little bit more mellow with it, just because the beat warranted. I kind of just wish he slowed it down a little bit. What was your take on this record? I gave it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right. Well, let's see. What did Banks have to say here? He said, "Blessing this year, the same pedigree as your enemy, honorable at the registry, bury me with integrity, grimy, Come when you on the void, shredded, V to a memory. Boom. Opioid, you smoking boy, Hennessy and tendencies. I mean, the bars was there, but a little too fast for me. I have to agree with you on there. The flow wasn't that traditional Banks flow for me, man. It wasn't that grimy. You know what I mean? Like that Beamer Benz or Bentley. It wasn't that I'm so fly. It was a little, like a little. It didn't catch me the way that the normal Banks track would normally catch me. And then here we come again with, and like I said earlier, Cormega outshined just about every feature that he had on this album. And again, I'm glad every feature that he had and every producer he had was from Queens, just about. And a lot of them were from the first album, which is even more, of a part two. So the effort was definitely there. So here he comes with, if knowledge is power, wisdom is hard to conquer. Damn. To come in with the second bar. But he said, a man who honors his word and vows to prosper has a promising tomorrow. Are we going to church or are we going to church? Brother, this is gospel. Trying to tell you, man, this is a real knucklehead going to a full-blown man right here. This is a knucklehead hoodlum turning into a made man. This is what you get when you go from part one to part two.
What are you giving this record for a grade, RBH?
When this one in particular, 9.
Are you do you have any more lyrics for us off of this one? No more of the Lloyd Banks lyrics caught you?
No. No, that part, I was just like, okay, I see what you're talking about. You know what I mean? But then when you listen, okay, again from my hip hop heads, you can definitely tell he heard Cormega's verse first, and then was like,
did he write it or did he spit it off the top? In your opinion?
No, I feel like he wrote it. But he definitely heard Cormega's verse first, and then he wrote it. He wrote it, but he heard his first, and then it was like, or. Not for nothing, because the flow is so off. He might have wrote something else to something else. He might have wrote this verse to something else and was just like, "Yo, this is what he talking about. I can make it work." You know what I mean? It might have sounded better with his original idea, and that's the Banks that we all know and love. I might have said too much again.
It might have been for another project.
Exactly, and a different beat.
Wow.
Same bars.
Yep. 9, 8. White Rose. Cameron is name dropping albums. This is a dope concept song. He came on this name dropping albums. The beat is a little slow. I wish the BPMs were sped up a little bit, but it's a dope concept song. I like what he's doing with the whole Wu-Tang wordplay, the big wordplay. He's doing a concept type of thing here where he's doing a name association type of thing. RBH?
Yeah, I've never seen a tribute record like that before. Like, this was definitely clever. Well, no, I have. I'm not gonna lie. I seen a Game do it with the documentary. That was probably the first time I see somebody, use album titles and then like create like a whole song out of them. But again, this is a different way to do it. It still doesn't take away from the idea that was years ago. Some of the bars I came across was here's the Biggie shout out. He said, "I wasn't ready to die. The shit I lived was notorious. I picked up a bag and had to kick in the door of a stick-up kid with suicidal thoughts, needed one more chance in exchange for cash and jewelry he had, a juicy stash from robbing dealers on the Ave." Yeah. Salute, my brother. Salute. That's when you spitting that, you know what I mean? Definitely.
But what was your grade on this one? Because, I like joints like these, but I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I wish the vocals were actually on a different, on a different, like I said, the BPMs,
fair.
They were sped up a little bit.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
But I saw a major disagreement with your scoring ratio, man.
Yeah, and I thought you was being rude on that one. I was like, what are you doing? I thought you was being rude. Like, what are you doing? Like, I thought we was here. Like, Mikey, I thought we was here. I thought we was
It's a
here.
great song. I love all the Big and the Wu Tang stuff, the RZA,
Yeah,
RZA, and you know what I mean, Method Man. I love all that shit. You know what I mean. But it was the production that was messing me up. Like if this
it's fair.
album, I know Cormega. Like if this album was full of Havoc and Harry Fraud production, it'd be a different story.
Fair point. Fair point. Can't argue with that.
What was your grade? I'm sensing something like a 9.
No.
8.5.
Your opinion doesn't change my grade. But like when you said a 7, I was like, bruh, it's at least an 8. So I'm gonna go with an 8.5. You know what I mean? A 7, you was hitting below the belt. I know the production wasn't there, but like the bars make up for some of the production, and that's no excuse. You're right though. That's no excuse. Like it really is no excuse, and that's why I said in the beginning, like I'm kind of biased. You know what I mean? Like he an underdog. You know what I mean? I'm always unbiased to the underdog, but you're right. I'm not gonna argue with you. You're
That's the
right.
same issue I had with What's Understood, RBH.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we move on to
That matters.
the first
Production.
track. This is the first single, Essential, produced by Havoc. This right here, straight up 10 out of 10. I wish there were more beats like this. You can tell the connection that Cormega had with Mobb Deep, and currently with one of the greatest producers of all time, Havoc. Essential, there's a music video for it. You guys could check it out. RBH, did you review the music video for this, or what did you listen to the audio, or did you do both?
I caught the audio. I didn't even get a chance to catch the video yet. I don't even know if I want to after I listen to the song. To be honest, like,
What? This
yeah,
beat kicks fully loaded clips ass.
I might sound crazy for my review on this record, bro. But
Wow, you might. This is 10 out of 10 to me.
all right, let's go over Havoc's bars. Havoc's bars. No, all right.
No,
For
no,
Mega, a 10. The beat, a 10. Sorry, what?
no. This isn't the feature with Havoc. This is just the one that's produced by Havoc.
Never mind. No, yeah, okay. Never mind. We're not there yet. Sorry, I went too fast.
Were you on Paradise?
Yeah. I went too far. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back.
Did
Okay.
we really just get a preview of your review of Paradise?
When you said Havoc, I was like, yo, like I wasn't even know. I'm on the right song. I would show you, I would flip it over. I'm on the right song. But when you said Havoc, I just got hot.
Let's get back to Essential. Let's get back to Essential, RBH.
Bet. All right. My man said, you know the tension if your co-defendant knows your business. Pause. Damn. Keep it very secret. Don't you risk it. Or show commitment to any friend who shows resentment. Show them distance. Don't speak or roll with snitches. Bruh. The reason why those bars are so hard, because that's really how you need to move in the street. You feel me? Like that's really, you're gonna meet people who you align with every day. Like you cool with them today, but tomorrow you might not be. So you need to know how to not be You know what I'm saying? Like you need to really know how to maneuver. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy that you're able to put that in bars. Shout out Cormega for that.
Okay, so hold up. So RBH. So bro, what was your ranking for this one? Essential.
10.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, you were just bugging out real quick. Well, stay tuned to hear RBH's review of Paradise, which actually features Havoc on the 16 and in the video. RBH, it's kind of dope that Havoc came in and gave Cormega this combo right here. You know, like the verse and the production.
Definitely. It's not personal.
It's definitely dope. Next track, The Life of Ours. Yeah, in all honesty, this song slows the album down a little bit.
Definitely.
The beat is a little different from the rest of the album. It's all right. It's like not to jump too far to my grade, but it's like a 7.5. You know, none of the bars actually stuck out for me. I didn't really write anything down. I'm going to send that over to RBH if he had any bars. But what did he say? He said, "You woke up these sleeping bees, a body. Your whole team has no goals, just broke schemes and limited coke dreams." You know what I'm saying? But so I was giving The Life of Ours a 7.5. You know what I mean?
I couldn't have said it better myself. Same grade, same everything. This wasn't one of the standout tracks. It kind of felt like this was one of the first tracks that felt like filler. You know what I mean? And we're almost at the end. But this one feels like the stretch right here.
Okay. Oh, so we both went 7.5 on The Life of Ours.
Yeah.
Age of Wisdom. It's a freestyle, a cappella. It's a big difference from this and 5 for 40, RBH. 5 for 40 was more raw. This doesn't top 5 for 40, but I like how he has his signature. It's like how DMX, rest in peace, it's like how X had the prayers and, his skits. I like what, Cormega is doing here. It's that quick freestyle. I'm not going to do an official grading on this one
The
because
freestyle?
because of the fact that it's a quick freestyle. I'm not going to even do a grading on this one. Did you have any take on the freestyle?
My man said, analyze my lines like designing a sculpture. A slow death is never pulling life in motion. It's wrong. Move with the right composure. Society molds us, then holds us accountable for the shape we in, ever since they sold us. Damn. That was hard. That was hard.
My mic was muted, my bad. He said, "We pay even when innocent in criminal court. People show true colors, how blindly make excuses for snakes as if embracing Medusa." Yeah, it was a different style freestyle, Age of Wisdom. And now we're actually going to move on to Paradise. Music video for it. You're saying you didn't watch the music video for that, RBH?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to say, man, I like how Havoc kicks this thing right off. They actually shot a video. This is a major sample here that I actually like, but I will say nobody outshined Cormega.
Facts.
When Eminem got on a song with Jay-Z, it was kind of obvious M had the better verse, but all respect to Havoc, Nas, and Banks, nobody really outshined Cormega. But you can listen to the album yourself and you can tell me, did any of the specific artists outshine him? Or is Mega one of the artists that is too hard to compete with? The way Mega approaches the track, it's like he knows how to attack every song and even the mellow songs. It's like, what's Mega going to do on this? But he never lets you down. You never walk away saying, that was a weak Mega verse. RBH?
What you mean Eminem had the better verse on Renegade than Jay-Z? That was easy. Hold up. Like it was like undisputed. Like you're not gonna we gotta have a review on Renegade alone then, brother. Like, like what? Undisputed? Go ahead. I'm so hurt. Like, undisputedly, Eminem had the best verse on Renegade. Like, really? Even considering that it was his song? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jay heard it and was like, okay, I'm going to write to this and put this on my album. even considering all that, you're gonna say Eminem blew him out the water. Like it wasn't even like a 1-for-1, like a tie. Like you know what I'm saying? Or no, like a 2 for 3. You know what I'm saying? Like two out
Whoa,
of two they won, and the third one they won. Like it wasn't even close.
whoa, well, well, well. 2022 retrospect, Jay-Z's verse is way better than Eminem's. But back then, Eminem did something so new with his flow that hip hop didn't even understand. What Eminem did with his flow on Renegade is still being done to sell millions of albums till this day. Eminem doesn't even use that flow. It's so corny.
All right, well, you need to say that then. You can't just you can't just, you gotta explain that to the people. Now we know. Now, okay, all right, yeah. All right,
Save it
now
for
we
the
know.
next video, but I really loved how you called me out right there. That was classic. That was classic.
My
That
man.
was classic. Hold on one second. Wow. Okay. He said, "We built different. I've secured your structures weak. I'm a silent individual. It's obvious the pinnacle. Acknowledge as formidable. My dominance is considerable. Confidence in my lyrical performance incomparable." Cormega is just dominant when it comes to hitting these bars.
Every
Cormega
single time.
Cormega doesn't just rhyme just because it rhymes. His bars make sense. See, poets don't focus on words so much. They don't focus on rhyming words. They don't care as much about rhyming. It's evident in the way Prodigy rapped as well. He was focused on that. He didn't care about rhyming the last word of every sentence. Just
That's a
just like how Cormega wants to get his hooks out sometimes, RBH. Rather, he wants to recite them himself rather than have someone else do it. Even though we would love someone to come in on the R&B tip, be a male or a female, Cormega reciting his hooks, it's like the essence of poetry. You know what I
definitely.
mean? It's like the essence of it. I'm giving RBH, I'm gonna let you say your piece on Paradise now.
Yeah, to me it was lazy writing, bro. Like as far as Havoc, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro dropped more N bombs than the movie Django. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like what are you doing? Like, bro, you don't have no like, bro, like that turned me off of the song. And I love Havoc. I do. But like when you and I'm not even on that type of tip. You know what I'm saying? Say what you say, kick what you kick. But to me, that came off as lazy writing, bro. I didn't even find any quotables from it because I was trying to find something outside of him saying that. You know, I didn't want to drop that many N bombs on the channel. Real talk, and I don't have a problem saying it. I'm not even that guy, bro. But that even right there, that took me back, bro. I ain't like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was lazy to me. And as far as Prodigy, you know, I love Prodigy. I love Havoc and I love Prodigy. And as far as Prodigy not rhyming, that's a whole nother conversation. Like I felt like Prodigy always rhymed in the beginning. And then later on, like during the later years, he was just going off that. I would love to have another whole conversation about that too. But no, I love not to say nothing about nothing. I love Havoc, you know what I'm saying? I love the production on this song and I love Cormega, but for me, Havoc dropped the ball on this song. Real talk. Because of that. Lazy writing.
Wow, we're gonna have to definitely talk M versus J Renegade, as well as we could take a look at my old interview with Royce the 5'9", and we're also gonna have to talk about the Prodigy topic, about how Prodigy, yes, obviously at first he was more consistently rhyming, but as time gone by, it's more about the statement of it. It's more about the accuracy of it, the factual nature of it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Now I'm going to go into my grade here. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. I was hyped that they got a video done. I like the fact that they actually worked together and got a video done, man. I thought that was lit. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, though. It left more to be desired.
I'm gonna go with a 7 because like Cormega was really trying here. Here's his not comeback album, but here's his sequel to something that he started. You know what I mean? So here's something that he's trying to finish. He brought his A game. I feel like Havoc brought his A game as far as the production. I feel like them putting together a video also A game. You know what I mean? But at the same time, him dropping the ball on the lyrics, I would have paid somebody to write me something dope. You know what I mean? Like I just thought it would. You know what I mean? But whatever, man. Yo, you want Hav, and that's where Hav is at in his life. I'm not trying to knock Hav, but I'm just saying for my grade, going with a 7 because of that. Because one person got lazy. One apple can't spoil the bunch.
All right, so we move on to the final track. Everybody hit that like button. Let us know what city and state you're tapped in from, and make sure you share this video one time. So on the hook, we got Man vs. Myth, produced by Harry Fraud. So the outro produced by Harry Fraud, like that is lit, man. What a way to end your album. It's kind of like, hopefully it's like a gate to let us know that maybe Cormega and Harry Fraud will do a full project together. So, but on the hook, it says the vibe. Oh shit! What's up, RVH?
Oh no, we're good, man. We're good. We're good.
All right, so
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
I give RVH a second. I need to roll something up. Where's my Duchess? So we're talking about Man versus Myth. On the hook, it says the vibe and the way they spoke was a New York thing, especially a Brooklyn and a Queens thing. And Cormega epitomized all of that. He was amazing, a vocalist that stood out as one of New York's finest. You know, I like how they put that there, because when someone else is bigging you up, it's different. It's like they're giving him his flowers. And let me see. In this song, he said the game changed when it claimed Fritz. Life, it's a gamble. Some play with fixed dice. I like this song. Harry Fraud really came in and did his thing at the end of the album. And I would have liked a little something more traditional, something like he gave to French Montana, though. Some mac and cheese type of beat, but he fits Mega's style. You know, it would have been dope to see Mega fit Harry's style, though. You know, it left me wanting to hear Mega on a signature Harry Fraud beat, because if I didn't read the album credits or hear the music to Harry Fraud, you know what I mean? How it says at the beginning of each and every one of Harry Fraud's beats, I really wouldn't have known, you know? I might not have known. Mega had some dope lines in this one. What did he say? He said, lack of precision causes bad decisions, like the Knicks in passive interest for signing Bernard King. Imagine him, Patrick, and Strickland if a chance was given. Imagine if the chance was given. Yeah, that part. So he is saying this reminds me of another, it reminds me of another bar. He said, indeed, I'm from an era of Patrick Ewing Adidas. The game changed. Public housing to arenas. Damn, I need to roll something up. Looks like RBH is about ready to join us. But I just wanted to say, you can tell that Mega is a Knicks fan. You know, you can tell that Mega is a Knicks fan, but he hates that they never win. Because every true New Yorker, you know what I mean? They root for the Knicks, and they have hope that one day the Knicks will win. But then we always think of that time Patrick Ewing, you know what I mean? He missed the finger roll, and it fucks us up, because it was like, damn, we were so close. We could have made it. Like so close, but so far. Life is like missing that Patrick Ewing finger roll. Either you make it or you don't. That's going to be the most talked about mistake of his career. So yeah, we might rock the Patrick Ewing Adidas. We rock them like the Jordans. It's a New York thing, though. It's the same reason that dude from Queens, he doesn't want to take off his Mets hat. He doesn't care if he's going to the Bronx, he's gonna keep his Mets hat on. You know, there's a sense of pride to represent. You know what I mean? And I just find it funny that Cormega, you know what I mean? It's not his first time he did it, but I find it's funny that he always goes back to it. He's like, imagine if this happened. So that's like saying, imagine if Max B didn't go to jail. You know what I mean? It's a what if kind of question. I like rappers that pose those kind of questions because it makes you think, like, damn. One of my favorite songs is from Fredro Starr of Onyx. It's called What If. It's so funny, but it's so deep at the same time. It makes you think. So that reminded me of that Fredro Starr song, actually, called What If. It's cool because a lot of the people, they don't really throw hypotheticals out there. Imagine how New York would have felt if Patrick Ewing didn't miss that finger roll. New York would have felt so important. The Knicks would have been the new Yankees, right? You know, I feel it's like the perfect way to end the album, though. I feel like it's the perfect way to end the album with Harry Fraud, RBH.
Definitely, man. I love Harry Fraud, and that's definitely a New York way to go out. Not for nothing. All the production that we love Harry Fraud for all the production he's done with French Montana, like you were saying. Some of the bars that I loved was like soul food. I come from the kitchen. Bars. The appetite was sacrificed from my children. That was dope. I've actually time out. I've never actually heard anybody rhyme kitchen and children. That even looking at the words even look like they rhyme, but I would never think to rhyme kitchen and children. Not for nothing, but that works. MC to MC. Hindsight in 2020. Insight is understanding I did wrong to get right. The game changed when it claimed fits life, like Mikey T was saying. It's a gamble some play with fixed dice. I rolled different. Way I was dealing didn't measure up way. And I could have went on, but that right there was enough. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to. I'm not Cormega. Don't look for me for the quotables. I'm just telling y'all to check out the album, and me and Mikey T think it's dope and it's worth y'all checking out. You dig?
Yeah. I feel it's a perfect way to end the album, you know?
Mm.
Cormega knows how to pace his album. I wish more of the beats had the vibe, but I get it. He wanted to slow down the album, but I wish more of it sounded like this, you know, car music. Like you can just get on the highway and drive to it. I would have also liked to have had, you know, seen a club joint. And I know he's not known for the club joints, but why not try something a little different? You know, I know it didn't fit the album, but maybe do a bonus track, add it as like the last song, something for the ladies. You know what I mean? The ladies like to dance in the nightclubs. I'm not saying make a Migos sounding song, rest in peace to Takeoff, but make something like an Uchiwali, something to, you know what I mean? Make something like an Uchiwali. What would, you know what I mean? Something to dance to, just so you have that. But okay, this is my single type of record. This is going to gain all the interest, and this is what's going to bring more people to my album. Because, yeah, I have you some booty shaking shit. But, you know, you're coming to hear this album because you know I got something to say. And I'm giving this song right here, Man vs. Myth, a 10 out of 10. Man vs. Myth, produced by Harry Fraud, 10 out of 10. RBH, your official grade on this album before we get into an official grade overall.
On this record, definitely I'm gonna have to agree with you. 10 out of 10. Harry Fraud. This is a good combination. As a matter of fact, I would like to hear a part two of just of not this, but a part two, a continuation of the work that Cormega and Harry Fraud could do together. I think that would be dope. You know, if they did a whole compilation album together, I think that would be something crazy.
RBH, do you want to give your grade first for this album now that we've completed the whole album, man? I was dope, man. I can't wait to do our next album review. Everybody, based on hearing it, what is your review for the album now based on hearing it? RBH, do you want to go first or do you want me to hit you with my grade for your first?
I let them know. You know what I mean? It's not a secret to me, bro. Like, yo, we're comparing this to a classic. We're comparing this to a hip hop classic. This is like the Chronic 2. This is All Eyes on Me 2. This is Illmatic 2. This is the Slim Shady EP 2. This is Death Certificate 2. You know what I mean? Like when you throw a sequel on something, it's not something to snooze on. You know what I mean? It's really you throwing it up there to something to compare it with. You don't even have to do that. And what I'm saying is, in this album, he didn't have to do that to make it float. This could have been a standalone album. If you didn't know nothing, here's my point. If you didn't know nothing about Cormega, and this is the first time you're being introduced to Cormega, you're gonna like it. And if you do like it, or when you like it, then go back and listen to the first one, and then you can connect the dots. You get what I'm saying? This was an incredible sequel. Was it better than the first one? Look, unfortunately, not a lot of things can hold up to a classic. You get what I'm saying? Like, not a lot can hold up to a classic, but this comes damn near close. I'm gonna give this album a 9 out of 10. That's what y'all supposed to clap and cheer.
Everybody put your grades up. I'll put your grades up after I give my grade now. Now, y'all, judging by all the numbers that I gave, because I actually went through and graded it, I did a median of it. The album is an 8. The only reason he lost the 2 is the beats, is the production. It's not everyone's cup of tea. And another thing, if you're gonna name it the Realness 2, it needs to be a little bit more like the Realness, kind of like Stillmatic. Stillmatic's got a lot of shit. People say it better sound like Illmatic, but in my opinion, it was actually better. Was Stillmatic better? Stillmatic was better than Illmatic. Maybe I should put up a poll. Is Stillmatic better than Illmatic? Y'all want a
No,
poll? Y'all want a poll? Maybe I should put up a poll. But here lies the problem. When you ask in the
no, maybe, no, maybe, yes. Sorry, yes, Mikey T. I might agree with you there. Yeah, yeah.
maybe I should put up a poll since there's so much discussion about it. But here lies the problem. When you ask in the poll, was the Realness 2 better than the Realness 1? I don't think the Realness 2 is going to win, because the
No,
people are going to say the Realness is the truth. He should have came like that again and called it the Realness 2. But it's his realness now. It is his realness now, you guys. It's like, was the Chronic 2001 better than the Chronic? You know what I mean? I think the Chronic was better, but you know what I'm saying? This is why I don't like when artists feel like they need to do a
wow.
sequel. I don't I
Maybe
don't I don't like when they try to recreate something legendary. It's hard to top it. It worked with Stillmatic. Nas made sure that he perfected it, but it was risky. He used the best production. The same reason the game, the documentary too. Rick Ross did it with the Port of Miami too. But were either of those albums better than the first? Was it? Were they? I'm waiting. Was the documentary 2 better than part 1? No. Exactly, which proves my point.
with
Another
that chronic conversation that you brought up, that I never thought about that. What's better, Chronic One or Chronic Two? I always just thought of them as like one thing. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to break it, ooh, that's another one. Yo, Mikey T, RBH, battling albums. This
Yep.
could be a thing.
Yep. And another thing, man. What about Drillmatic? What the fuck is that? What is that supposed to be? It's nothing like Illmatic. First of all, the title makes no sense. You don't do drill music. But yeah, 8 out of 10 on this one, RBH. Anything you want to respond to on there? I was just pointing it out there that I think the only one that has really made the sequel album successfully, and we might have to debate it with the Chronic 2001. We might have to debate it. You
No,
might
I thought
too.
Drillmatic was dope. Like that, like oh man, there's a lot. Yo, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I thought Drillmatic was dope, bro. I didn't like the diss record, but I understand why it was up there because if you're gonna compare it to Stillmatic, that had a diss record up there too. That had Ether, so he had his Ether up there. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that album was dope. I thought he dropped the ball with that diss record though. I ain't gonna lie, that was unnecessary. Those Mr. Shady, don't be lazy, pick that pen up. Like, I wouldn't have responded. I would have laughed. I'm like,
I
next.
didn't respond either. Kind of
Bro,
crazy.
he was inducted in the hip hop, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, what? Why would I Machine Gun Kelly? That's another. All right, yo, that's a whole. Stay tuned. RBH and Mikey T. This is how we roll, bruh. Yo, we got mad conversations, man.
So RBH. Before we get into the Lloyd Banks and Bobby Shmurda, Rosenberg from Hot 97 asked, and this was a past interview that they did with G Unit. He asked, "Why did you cook? Why did you have to cook Olivia?" 50 said Olivia never happened. It never worked when you have a song come out and then a hit record and we start to move forward and progress and different things, but her album never came out. That's like, why no Hot Rod? Why no Olivia? What's your reaction to the why no Olivia? I mean, she did get a big start, Candy Shop, right?
Look now, look. I don't know if y'all gonna like my reaction to the whole Olivia thing, but Olivia is like that, like those trick candles on a birthday cake that you keep trying to blow. You keep trying to blow it out and it just keep coming back. Yo,
Yes.
nobody has ever had more chances than Olivia. All right. Even after the whole G Unit run, she was on Love and Hip Hop. Even then, like riding to or from work, I forget, but I remember putting on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Shout out 937, Kid Fresh. You know what I'm saying? DJ Buck. Shout out all y'all. But even riding home, I would hear the same songs that she was promoting on Love and Hip Hop on the actual radio. That's when I was like, oh, this for real? I was like, oh, she got a budget? You know what I'm saying? This is when Love and Hip Hop, before all the fighting and all the ratchet stuff, was like, I don't follow Love and Hip Hop now. But the first season when Olivia was up there, this is the only season I followed. You understand? And that was incredible to me. I was like, oh, she got another shot. She got another chance. Yo, man, look, I'll tell you straight up, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And I wish it did work for Olivia. Because for some reason, she like a cat with 9 lives. She keep on coming back. And I wish she would have came. I wish one of those lives would have sustained her, but I don't know, it just didn't work out for her, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Unit history a little bit. I mean, she started with Candy Shop, right?
started with Candy Shop. She was in all the music videos.
And then they put her so let's see, and then they put her on Yayo's album. They gave her a feature on Yayo's album right after that. Do you remember what she was on? Best Friend on the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. That's 2005. And then she was on Twist It. She did Twist It with Lloyd Banks, but the album never materialized. I think it might have been supposed to be coming out in like the March of 2006 or something.
Yeah, she was supposed to have her own album, her own G Unit album.
Behind Closed Doors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Were the 2 singles off of that Twist It and So Sexy, or was there another single?
That probably was it. You know what I mean? They're probably Best Friend.
Mm-mm. No, that was on the Get Rich or Die Trying movie soundtrack.
Right, but was it originally planned for that though? Like, cause that is a breakout single. That's a straight up duet. She had her own verse and everything on that, plus a video. Like that might have been the, you know what I mean, behind the scenes type shit is what I'm saying. And then we were just like, this will work good for the soundtrack. Oh, we're gonna put it in the movie. This could, you know what I mean? Like,
right, but let's play it like how we were doing with Cormega earlier, because we said he had the shout out, and then he got on the track. He got the shout out in Illmatic, and then he got on the record Affirmative Action on It Was Written, and then he got signed. Olivia was on Candy Shop with 50 Cent, and then legitimately she had Best Friend. Should she have expected to get money off of the Candy Shop feature, aside from performing with 50 Cent all over the world? Maybe this is a conversation for another video.
No, it's not. That's a conversation for this video. No, you're right. But as an artist, that's hard to say because it's all about what your situation is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you believe in 50 Cent is the future? You know what I mean? Or do you believe in like, yo, right here and right now? There's no book on how to tell you how to do this. You know what I mean? It's all about your faith. You know what I mean? Like, and where to put your bets at. I don't blame Olivia for either choice that she made.
Yeah, she got so she follows up Candy Shop with Best Friend. Best Friend, I mean, if you can't blow up after Best Friend, you got a problem, RBH.
Ain't lying.
If you can't blow up after Best Friend, you have a problem. But you know what, man? If you remember making the band, we saw the problems an R&B singer would have working with a group of males. You know what I mean? They never really find the spot to really fit in to the records. You know, you only get one chance to fit into the records out of 18 songs. You get like one chance.
It's a fact.
Two, maybe if you're lucky. Maybe you get a solo cut. You got three. But yeah. Moving on from that. So Lloyd Banks spoke on the Bobby Shmurda beat. He spoke
Recently?
No, this is back from an old G Unit interview. This is back from a G Unit interview. He said, "Listen, I don't have no percentage of hate in me. I'm going to tell you honestly, I was happy for them. When I saw it initially, they were having fun." Ebro said, "The reason this blew up is because they're from an area we know. It's not a great one, but they're standing outside and they're having fun." RBH, let me just get your take on that. You got Lloyd Banks, who records Jackpot. It's called Jackpot when Lloyd Banks records it. Bobby Shmurda re-records it. Hot Boy. He's an overnight sensation. I want to say overnight sensation. Am I miscategorizing that?
Nope. No, like honestly, bro, that was a defining moment in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. So we have somebody from our era. You know what I mean? I'd say from early 2000s to late 2000, like 10 or whatever. You know what I mean? We got somebody from our era, Lloyd Banks. Every beat he get on, he's known as the lyrical king. He's known as the new what's my man's name?
PLK?
Yeah. No. The new from Brooklyn, supposed to sound Rockefeller. Damn. Call me Beavis, I get nothing but head.
Oh, Big L?
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So he's supposed to be the new Big L that's coming through town. You know what I mean? Like that's who Lloyd Banks was supposed to be. So here we have this beat, you know what I'm saying? Who Lloyd Banks doesn't even own the beat. The producer kind of just gives it to him, like, yo, see what you could do with it. You know what I mean? And then, he gets on it, you know what I mean? He does his thing. It doesn't take off, so he doesn't buy the beat. Straight up. So we get a local artist who gives it a whole new swing. We're not used to the whole boom pap flow that we know and love. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives it on. He's dropping like a South bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's swinging southpaw on the record, dropping it, giving it ad libs. Hot boy. You know what I'm saying? Like okay. You know what I mean?
Hold on. What do you mean by all that shit that you just said?
All right, check me out. Run me back.
Run it back.
So now when Lloyd Banks is rapping, Lloyd Banks raps like somebody who we grew up on. He raps like a Nas, like a Jay-Z. He raps the whole 16 bars. You know what I'm saying? He breaks them all down. Now a South rapper ain't too worried about the lyrics the same way that we worried about them. So they'll take every half a bar off. You know what I'm saying? So the same track that Lloyd Banks was rapping over, given the heavy 16s that didn't take off, you got a young Bobby Shmurda that's using the South technique. He's taking every half a bar off, and instead of rapping through it, he's giving himself an ad lib. You get what I'm saying? You with me?
I hear you.
All right, all right, all right. So now, not only is he doing this, right? He's not like now my homeboy. He's trying to get on. Don't get me wrong. Like he's trying to rap second, third. But that video was one of the original drill videos, and I say it's a drill video because it was real. That song wasn't a song to get on. That song was a diss song against a whole nother crew in New York. This is why I call it a drill song, because it was real. Those were real lyrics. They was wearing the same clothes that they was wearing from the do your research. I don't want to,
Beyonce threw her hat in the air and it was a rap.
bruh. So again, in the fast forward past all that, he doing, he got a dance in the video. You know what I mean? So you doing the dance in the video, and you got celebrities doing the dance, and it takes off. It's crazy, bro. Like it's crazy how that could really happen for you. But his state of mind wasn't even on that. His state of mind was, yo, I'm trying to rap. I'm trying to get on. This crew got blah, blah, blah. So I'm about to do we just did blah, blah, blah. I'm about to do a song about blah, blah, blah. So that my song about blah, blah, blah just went blah, blah, blah.
So 50 said, and when they say caught a body about a week ago, they in the 90s. It wasn't him. It's someone associated. Mitch, 50. Mitch, who's in jail for the body. And GS9, mad bodies under their belt. So I don't know what you're talking about, 50. First of all, and second of all, it's not because they were dancing and they're from the 90s. Where is Lloyd Banks from? Not too far from them. You know what I'm saying? Where's he from? He's not too far from them. You know what I mean? That beat was a go. And, it goes to show that Lloyd Banks's boring ass flow. Come on. You mean to tell me that Banks had this hit and he couldn't make it work? Keep trying to be the punchline king, bro. While Bobby Shmurda is dancing and goofing around and making a hit by accident. Followed that up with computers, and we got a viral music star. You're associated to the hottest guy in the industry. Which one? Which one? I'm on fire up in here. It's burnt. That shit.
Yo.
I guess you can say that kind of went viral. Is that the best you've got though? That's your all? That's some half-assed effort, man. Bobby's throwaway. What? Bobby's throwaway is better than that. What? Bobby bitch? That was a throwaway. Some of his throwaways have more enthusiasm. They're fun to listen to. Is there anything fun about Lloyd Banks? You know what I mean? It's more of the same. It's more of the same flow. God forbid the guy has a feature. You know what I mean? He just wants to rap you to death for 3 verses. He doesn't want no one on his hooks. It's a disgrace that Banks couldn't make a hit out of that. And an unknown somebody from the 90s who looked up to Mano made that shit a viral sensation. And notice, Bobby Shmurda doesn't do a lot of interviews, but guess who he did an interview with? Mano. Because I remember you. I used to look up to you, Mano. And Mano remembers Bobby when he was a nobody. He was like, I like y'all. Y'all some knuckleheads. I don't even know if he knew they rapped. You know what I mean? Mano would just park his Bentley up and he talked to them. And they never forgot that. So for all these people who ask why these rappers go back to the block, you know what I mean? For everyone who asks why the rappers go back to the block, it's to inspire someone like a Bobby Shmurda. and they never forget it. And years later, when they come back, and they may even be bigger than Mano at the time, but they come back and they chop it up, and then they're like, oh shit, you was Chewy. It's crazy. New York is a small place. It inspires hope. I want to see more of Lloyd Banks inspiring the youth and not being caught up in his own world. He's focused on what metaphor can I say to amaze people. Forget about that crazy metaphor. Say some crazy shit like Bang Smurf caught a body like a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Or just, you know what I mean? Can you just do this? You know what I mean? You just do, oh, this is $1,000 outfit. What is you ripping? You know what I mean? The flow is outdated. The shit changed. RBH, you got something to say? RBH, talk to me, bro.
Yo, what are you talking about, Mikey? Yo, blasphemy. Blasphemy. Oh, blasphemy. Yo. Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Talk to me, RBH.
Bruh. I don't even really have words. I wasn't prepared for this, man. Like, yo, I wasn't.
Don't just hit me with blah, bro. The flow is outdated. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. It's not. His last album clearly shows that it's not outdated. His last album was fire. I don't know if you heard the song with him and Yayo or not, but yo, that song was fire. The whole album was fire, bro. You know what I mean? Like if one thing Griselda, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Benny, shout out Westside Gun. The anything that they showed us is that yo, like bars are still alive. There's still a market for this. You know what I mean? There's still a market for that gully hip hop. You know what I mean? And Banks is one of the representatives. He's one of the flag flyers for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he may not be mainstream anymore, but you talking about like his bars was trash, bro. I'm like, yo, did you ever listen to Beamer Benz and Bentley, yo, they even like if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a baller. If I don't hit the first night, you know that I don't call her. You try to play, you try to have my daughter. Like, son, that's real nigga shit, bruh. Like, real, like, what, yo, come on, son. Like, I know you. So, like, me knowing you, like, you don't feel that? Like, bro, you know how we get down, bro. Like, come on, bro. He put the lifetime in between the papers lines. Like, even with that just one song, bro.
I'm just keeping it real. How did
No, you not. No, you not. No, you not. Like, yo, if homeboy, yo, he was cracking Dutches off like the Statue of Liberty or some shit, dropping Dutch guts on the. We've done that. Like, we've lived that, man.
So what? I've updated, man. I said it. Why didn't he say Bangum Smurf caught a body like a week ago? You know what I mean? You got to move with the times, man. You got to be able to move with the times, and maybe the production, maybe work with the production. It can make a huge difference. And when I say change your production, I just don't mean get a hot producer. I mean work with a variety of producers. Don't just work with one producer. You know, Computers doesn't sound like Hot Boy. It's totally different. It's a totally different record. One's a trap drill sound and the other is straight drill. You either love Lloyd Banks or you hate Lloyd Banks. There's no in between with him.
I love Lloyd Banks. Fuck that.
The same Lloyd Banks fans are Cormega fans, but there are fans that are probably not Bobby Shmurda fans. Banks fans are not.
I like Bobby too. No, shout out Bobby. Go ahead.
Banks fans are not Migos fans. You get what I'm trying to tell you? So who's more relevant currently? Lloyd Banks or Bobby Shmurda? Shit. Even look at French. He has 1,000,000 sounds. Every time you hear him, it sounds refreshing. This is new. This is creative. You never hear that with a Banks record. It's always, I'm here for the bars. With French, it's never about the bars. He is repeating himself. He's repeating, I ain't worried about nothing for 2 minutes. What bars? You're just there because the beat and the hook is hard as fuck. Look at what the rappers are doing around you. I'm not saying copy them, but get some ideas from the other artists. Oh, I forgot. You can't because 50 Cent doesn't like French Montana. All right. Bad example then. Let's get another one. Oh no, I'm not talking about Papoose. I'm talking about somebody that knows the sound. The sound of what? It doesn't have to be the sound of New York. It doesn't always have to be such a regional record. I can see it now. They're going to play it at all the milk crates sitting in front of Domino's. Are they going to play it in Brazil like Unforgettable? Are they going to play it in Australia? The sound is too regional. It won't go past Hot 97. Shit, ATL won't even play it. Lloyd who? Oh, Lloyd, the R&B singer. Oh, Lloyd Banks? We don't have any music from him. Oh, the I'm so fly, I got money out the things I buy. We don't have anything from him.
Talking about.
You want us to go to Dat Piff and play the best of Lloyd Banks? Get real, RBH.
Have you been to a Lloyd Banks concert?
Yeah, I have.
Oh my God. We were there together. It was dope. It was dope.
Do I got to spell this out for you? Here is the formula to success. Where's the drive and the motivation? I don't know. You're a genius with the bars, but at the same time, it's lacking creativity-wise. If you do the same thing over and over, RBH, you have anything to say?
I just don't know where we felt the same things. We've seen the same things. We've bought the same things, seen the same shows, bought the same albums.
Whoa, hold up, bro. Everybody knows out there that there's people out there that either take or leave Lloyd Banks. He was the one G-Unit member that you either take or left. So I guess you just liked 50, you liked Game, you liked Buck, you didn't like Yayo, and you took or leave Banks.
I loved Yayo, and I love Banks.
I love you. Don't get me on that shit. I'm just being real. I love Yayo.
Yo, all right. Yeah.
Anyways.
Look, you're making me stress out over here, man. Oh, man. Yo, bro, all I can say is, man, like, shout out to all them guys, man. And it's two different lanes. I'm going to say, like, yo, the lane where Banks is in, that should still work. And the lane where Shmurda's in, that still work too. Shout out to both of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Shmurda couldn't have made So Fly and Up in Here, On Fire. You know what I mean? I'm sure he couldn't have made them work the way Banks did, just like Banks couldn't make a lot of the records that, you know what I mean, that he, Shmurda working with Migos. Rest in peace, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to give one person credit because one person made something pop that another person couldn't. Because, again, all right, let's go back. Jay-Z turned down Potions, produced by Timbaland. You know what I'm saying? He said he didn't want that beat. He said, nah. Ludacris went and got that same beat and made it a hit. What'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah, you're talking about that Ludacris record?
What up? Hey, baby, I got the
Talk to me about that trash. Don't talk to me about that trash from Ludacris, RBH.
What I'm saying is one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's my point.
Jay knew that shit was trash. That shit
Luda made it a hit. Luda made it a hit. Luda, it was a hit with Luda.
Luda is lucky he got that role in Fast and the Furious.
No, Luda is blessed he got that. That rolling Fast and the
He's
Furious.
lucky Ja Rule turned that shit down.
He's lucky Ja Rule didn't get it offered to him.
No, he did. Ja Rule got offered and turned it down.
Get out of here.
He turned down the role to play Eddie again. Eddie, right?
Tripping.
Maybe he's like,
somebody's gonna make me smoke a cigarette.
I'm saying Swiss Beats needed Cassidy needed Swiss Beats to tell him you need the joint with Mashonda. Cassidy's probably like, fuck you mean? I don't want no joint with Mashonda. Get no better. They're not gonna play it in Allegheny. They're not gonna play it in certain areas, but that's the problem. You're too focused on one area. Is it gonna play in Elm City? One block. One project. Swiss Beats is not thinking about that. He's thinking bigger than that.
My bad.
And let me say, Hank says here, I would rather have my name be involved with that day rather than somebody else's beat. So Bank, all right, but your name is not involved. What is your name involved with exactly? Tell me. I'd love to know. Were you even in the video? No. Why not? You should have been. Why weren't you? Bobby, you know that's my beat, right? Crazy little motherfucker. You gotta let me at least be in the video. You could have been there and shared a moment in history with these rappers. Your name is not involved, Banks. They don't even know that's your record. Stop capping. That's OG Bobby's beat. Kind of like when people say, let's listen to Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo's version of Cormega's Killer's theme. Why would I, when this one is better? Lloyd Banks did a version? Oh, he did that after Bobby Shmurda? Oh, really? I don't give a fuck. Bobby did it better. Banks' name is not attached in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Banks took the L on that one, man. It's all good. It happens. Yo, matter of fact, everybody took the L on everybody whose beat 50 Cent took they beat. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, running back, everybody took an L who Lil Wayne jumped on they beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of, and I'm not even capping with that one. Who was that? The white girl, Krayshawn, whatever song she had, Lil Wayne jumped on that. It's over for her, bro. Everybody just listened to Lil Wayne's after that. 50 Cent did the same thing with the mixtapes. It happens. Yo, like it happens. And hip hop, don't let somebody jump on you, you know what I mean? And body you with it easily.
I mean, who knew? Who knew
Facts.
that Bobby Shmurda, you know what I mean, used Lloyd Banks' beat for his single Hot Boy.
That's karma. That's karma because they did that to so many people. For real. It's only a matter of time for somebody just
You know what the answer is? Nobody, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna start singing R&B. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like Hassan Campbell. You know the Keith Sweat song, Nobody, baby. So what is your name attached to?
Nobody.
As far as Bobby Shmurda's success, I don't get it. Am I missing something?
Nobody.
How is he not even, he's not even from your borough? When people hear that song, trust me, they do not think of Lloyd Banks. They think of dancing. They think of throwing their hat as high as they can in the air. And you know what else? They think of sitting on top of the fence.
Nobody.
They don't think of Lloyd Banks sitting on his porch, watching the lyrics go by. You know what I'm saying? They say I can't understand the guy's bars because of the way that he pronunciates.
Nobody.
Your vocal cords. It's
Nobody.
something that you're doing. Your vocals don't sound good on a beat.
Stop. Stop. Yes, they do. What are you doing?
Lloyd Banks' voice is unique. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm not on that beat, but he has good songs. Like, stop.
Lloyd Banks' voice is unique in a way where you have to like pay extra close attention. Turn that shit up to the loudest volume. Lower the bass down so I can understand what he is actually saying.
Fresh, on fly, always high.
Whose car is that? Lower the bass down. That's what people do when Banks comes on. RBH, you've never been in a car when that happened listening to Lloyd Banks.
All handcuffed, you can keep the whole damn crew. Get him.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. The joke in the hood is that Lloyd Banks is the OG mumble rapper. Let's keep it real, man.
I'm getting a lot of attention now that I'm rapping. Kids used to look up to you. What happened?
All right, bro.
G's up to every hood and every crew. You supposed to have your gun around you, and I claim G unit till I die. Got it down with T. Y'all ain't messing with me.
Lyrics, bro. Enough of the lyrics, man. We don't need to get the video like fucked up.
No. That's mixtape stuff. That ain't even registered. That's
yeah, I know.
OG.
But anyways, man. Banks. I don't even think Banks has a song with Bobby Shmurda. Now, 50 said I should. 50 said I liked it. So 50, the CEO, liked it. To me, honestly, it's hard for me not to like it because it reminds me of Chief Keef. They use slang that comes from Chicago's energy. Watch Bobby Shmurda is like watching Chief Keef in his grandmother's home. Anything to say about that, RBH?
He said watching. Give me the quote again.
Watching Bobby Shmurda is like watching Chief Keef in his grandmother's home.
Yeah, the next dude coming out.
Yeah. I mean, it's undeniable that there's something about it. You know, they're not really dressed fresh. They're rocking sweatsuits. You know, they don't got a lot of jewelry on them, but it's so raw and authentic. It's the same thing that attached us to like ARAB. There's just something about this guy, you know, I mean, this clique. I like these dudes. He's rapping under an underpass. You know, there is nothing glamorous about that shit, but I like it. It's real.
Definitely.
You know, he didn't tell his camera guy, like, make it look like this and that.
Nah, for real. And he made his hat disappear.
Right.
That was
really edited.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. Like, where did it go? We still don't know to this day.
Nah, man. Now, his and Bobby Shmurda shit is like they said, fuck the edit. Just drop that shit. Edit it for what? To add cool effects? Nah, just drop that the way it is. That's why it works. That's why it works for them, at least, and Chief Keef too. You know what I mean? But also another thing about French, he recognizes talent. He has a good ear and a pulse on the city. He knows what's hot and what's not. He knows all the dope spots to go to, where to go to eat, the shit that's the shit that's closing, all the strip clubs people like to go to. You know what I mean? He's out and about. He's not one of those people that just is in the house all the time or in the studio. It's kind of like if you saw Banks, you saw a ghost. You know who I seen on Delancey buying some leathers? Not Lloyd Banks, but I saw French Montana. Being outside has its pros and it's cons, obviously. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of pros about being outside. Look, who does Banks have beef with? What reason does he have to not be outside? Everybody loves him. You know, I don't know what it is about Banks. The only way I can describe it is if he just wanted the money without the fame. You know what I mean? You're 50 Cent's right hand man. You should be doing concerts on Mars like Elon Musk should be bringing NASA shuttles to do your concerts for aliens. You should be out of this world.
No. He's not 50's right hand man. He's 50's boy, but he's not 50's right hand man. What he should have done is what Yayo has been preaching forever. Get right with Yayo, get right with Game, get right with Buck, tour. It's millions. They'll be set for life. They don't even need 50. That would be so big to the point where 50 would need to get on it. Yeah. See, that's the problem, like with a lot of people, man. Like everybody be like, yo, we need to reach out to this person. We need to get this person. We need to get this person. Man, yo, make yourself hot. These people reach out to you, brother. Like it really be that way. It really be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like Banks' only mistake is not reaching back to what brought him out there in the first place. Whoa. And that was his crew. I'm just saying Banks is hot Dolo. Banks is a good solo artist. I'm not saying he's not. You know what I mean? But that's what the fans want to see. The fans want to see him with Banks, Buck. They want to see Banks, Buck, Yayo. Even get Kid Kid. Why not? He'll do it too. Bruh, I'm just saying. And Olivia. What up? And MOP. And Havoc. Make it a whole. Come on, man. And you don't think 50 will make an appearance on that? He would if you.
Much money. It'd be too much money to turn down.
Facts.
But bro, I'm talking about the fact that Lloyd Banks sold 500,000 records nearly, or worldwide, first week. This man was on, and people want to consider what Bobby Shmurda has success. Look what Lloyd Banks did on his first album. That's the only reason that I say that shit. Man, he really should be on a whole nother level.
Yeah, but it was a different time too. Like if Bobby Shmurda was around the time when Banks was, Bobby Shmurda would be a multi-platinum artist. Like Soulja Boy, you got to dance with your song. No YouTube. YouTube doesn't count at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's all about people going to the store and buying your record. You trying to tell me people wasn't going to the store to buy Hot Boy? Bruh, he was a multi-platinum. Like that was all these hit sensations. People ran to the store to buy albums with 13 joints and only one of them be dope. But even before then, when the music industry had money, you could buy singles. You could buy the instrumental, the song, the acapella. You know what I'm saying? Like you could buy that on one joint for $5. But once they started losing money, it was all about the albums. The first time I heard, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm sorry for anybody I offend when I'm about to say this, but the first time I bought an album, Interscope, and I bought it based off the single. The single was so hot, so I had to buy it. You know what I mean? Rich Boy.
Yes, that's kind of how it went. RBH.
Rich Boy. Okay, Rich Boy. Throw some D's on it. Just bought it.
Oh,
throw some D's on it. Yo, I bought music all the time. Yo, I used to stay at Best Buy. I used to stay at Stam Goody. I used to stay. Yo, bruh, that was me. Every Thursday, new music came out. I bought everything. I had the whole book. I was all about CDs.
Are you still complaining about having got tricked into buying the Rich Boy album?
Anyway, so I bought the.
Go over that, bro. You need to.
You're right. Hold on. So I buy the Rich Boy album, right? I buy the Rich Boy album based off to throw some D's on it. I go through the whole album. It's trash. They had one other song was "Oh Look at Here," and that That song ain't even relevant today.
What was his
That was
favorite?
the first time I spent $18 on a record that was garbage. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, I see what y'all, you know what I mean? Like, I see what the music industry trying to do. Shovel some shit.
Hey, man. That's kind of crazy that you bought that album. I mean, I kind of knew that, you know what I mean? I kind of knew that there really wasn't much there in relation to purchasing that album. But, 50 kind of explained how a lot of these guys doing albums, they had no cuts besides the one or two tracks you would hear on the radio. And that's kind of what they were trying to change at Shady Aftermath G Unit.
I had a trust in Interscope at that time. Based off of the shady Interscope aftermath, as a consumer, people don't even talk like this. But at that time, they were putting out people like No Doubt, you know what I mean? Like Nirvana. It was all good music. So if they're producing some guy called Hip, you know what I mean, Rich Boy, and the single was hot, who was I to believe as a consumer that this was gonna be garbage? Like I was like, oh, I was like, once I lost faith in Interscope, that's when I knew.
Hold on, Brian. I mean, I love the transparency we have here on the podcast because
Just say it. That's what I lost hope.
hold on, what are you saying about Rich Boy right now, bro?
I'm saying
I
that
never knew
album.
somebody had a feeling like this about Rich Boy, although he sold over 100,000 units first week. But
That song was amazing, and it wasn't his
considered
song. Like that's a sampled song. He paid for that sample. That sample is already amazing. Like they play it on the old school. You know what I mean? So like it was gonna sell regardless. But based off of Interscope putting their stamp on this man, hit the block on some new, you know what I mean? Based off of that alone, I really thought we was really. I thought if I bought the album, it was gonna be fire all the way through. And come to find out, there's only 1.5 songs that was actually dope. That's when I knew. Like if Interscope would do that to me, because Def Jam had already started doing it to me. Not for nothing. You know what I mean? Like I had already lost hope in Def Jam. With I don't want to say too much. I don't want to, but
yo. But we're gonna go. I want to know a quick poll question for everyone that's watching in the chat. Put it up what you think. So we got Throw Some D's, right? By what's his name? Rich Kid. What was his name?
Rich Boy.
Rich Boy. And then we got It's Going Down from Young Jock. What was the better song? Personally,
It's Going Down.
No, man. Throw Some D's was what I was about to say. I love Throw Some D's every time I heard it on MTV or BET or VH1, bro. Every time I heard it for free, I loved it. Going and spending my album money on it? Hell no. Throw Some D's was better than It's Going Down.
But you wasn't going like this to it.
No. What do you mean? Throw Some D's. It was just. I think Throw Some D's is a little bit more street, right?
I thought Soulja Boy did it better when he said he had a report card that was all F's and he told his teacher to throw some D's on it. I thought that was hilarious.
Throw some D's on that. That's funny as hell. He would have at least passed.
Facts. You passed with D's.
Anything to say about 50 Cent's interest with Chief Keef, RBH?
I think it's dope. Like, once you're an OG in the game and people look up to you, you should, embrace the youth. You know what I mean? The next new thing smoking, the next new thing that you think is hot coming out, you should definitely get behind that. That's what hip hop is all about.
So what about the way that Chief Keef just didn't really want 50's help, bro? He just didn't want the help.
I don't think it was 50 Cent's help that he didn't want. I think it was Interscope's help he didn't want. Like, in my opinion, I think he was ahead of his time. Like, he realized that, like, the heads were changing up at the top, and he thought he had to do everything in his power to not be in their grip. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did not want to be in that, you know what I mean? He didn't want to be stuck with them. So the way his contract was set up, he was going to be stuck with them even now till today. So he thought the best way to do it was to crash the car they gave him, go to jail, get speeding tickets, not show up to expensive video shoots that they set up for him make them drop him. You know what I mean? Without him going to jail or without him dying.
Damn, I
Permanent.
thought all those things were mistakes.
Nah. I think he did all those things purposely to get out of his deal with Interscope. And now look at him. We all know who he and Interscope is kicking their own butt. Because now look at him. Everybody knows who he is. He's still independent. He's still putting out music. He's still semi-relevant. He has hardcore fans, even that I know today. And Interscope don't make no money off of nothing that he's doing today.
I think
Crazy.
he should have just finished out his deal with Interscope for allegedly worth $6 million.
Whatever, but then he still wasn't going to get the rights to what he owns. Like now he's performing those songs. Don't get me wrong. He don't own the rights to them. He ain't making no money off of them. But it would have been that way even after he finished his deal with them. Look what happened to DMX. DMX paid back Def Jam every cent that he owed him, every cent that he owed them, and they still was nickel and diming this boy. They wouldn't give him his rights to nothing.
DMX did.
Yeah.
Okay, because DMX actually sold albums, bro, in comparison to Chief Keef. Chief Keef, like you were saying a little bit earlier, we're in the new age of rappers that don't go multi-platinum. You know what I mean? People were clamoring to get, they're more sell in your face sales. Hey, we want a $50 autograph, a $100 picture, a $10,000 feature, a $50,000 music video signed off on that we can sell from you. It's all in your face value. Back in the day, you had to run to the stores to buy the album for $18 from DMX, and like 6 million people showed up and bought it.
But I think the way Chief Keef's deal was set up was the same way DMX's deal was set up.
Well,
but they weren't selling like that.
Right. Chief Keef's deal was set up to the point where I read he had to sell 250,000 albums.
360? Was it a 3?
I don't know about 360 or anything like that, but Interscope had an option to drop him if he didn't sell 250,000 units. And it's like 250,000 units. That seems on the very low scale of album sales from what we look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
definitely.
If they're only going to plan on selling 250,000 units, they got a problem.
Big problem.
Let me get into this, man. 50 is talking about Chief Keef was in his grandmother's house. The point 50 is making is that they're not trying so hard. I'm not worried about getting dissed. So what? I'm in my grandmother's house. Who's going to diss me? So what? My t-shirt doesn't fit me. I'm more gangster than all of these dudes. I know my shirt is too little. Fat people problems. You know what I'm saying? But if you tell me that to my face instead of the comment section, I'll slap the wig off of you. Your real hair. But it'll fly off you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a wig. Yeah, it's hot in my grandmother's house. She doesn't have AC. You're damn right I'm going to take my shirt off. Why does Chief Keef have his shirt off with all of his boy? Says all of the people on Reddit. Some people can't afford the AC. They really came from the struggle. They're not taking their shirt off to look cool for you. It's because they're really hot. It's not because they want to show off their muscles or try to intimidate you nerds in the comment section. You ever thought of that? No, of course you don't, because you're a nerd. That's why 50 said that, because you in 50's mind, you don't think the same, which is why 50 is where he is and you are where you are, hating in my comment section. And shout out to 50 because he's making a new podcast on the Associates of El Chapo. You know what I mean? And shout out to the haters blasting the AC in their mom's basement right now, asking questions like, why do they always have their shirts off? What is this? $1 million worth of questions? All of these questions you guys got. Yeah, yo. So I had to get that off real quick, RBH.
You a fool. Why you coming for your haters? I don't understand why you antagonize them. They're gonna be there whether you know what I mean? Like whether you do something or not. I don't understand why you gotta like poke them. Like yeah, whatever. Do you,
Slap
man?
the wig off. They don't even got wigs. Yeah, man. So RBH, man, what do you got? What do you got working on tonight, man? I really dig the topics we got on tonight. You know, rest in peace to Migos member Takeoff. Offset got extremely emotional, paid him really, really great respect. Quavo shared some great memories, some WWE moment memories. They wanted to be wrestlers. Kind of interesting right there, man. You know, the memories that they shared. Rest in peace, Takeoff. We graded the Cormega album, the Realness 2. Really great album right there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a repeat. You know what I mean? It's not something you're just gonna not listen to ever again. And then the last topic, the Lloyd Banks topic. But how did you feel about everything tonight? Let's go over it once at a time though. RBH. Start off with the Migos because I know you're gonna have some
Man,
shit to say.
man, again with the Migos, bro. I feel like that was just so sad. Like it was just so unfortunate that like the person that the Migos inspired the culture. You know what I mean? The Migos pushed the culture forward, and a lot of people were inspired by them. And for them to come out and tell you that the person who inspired them, the source of that was the victim of a senseless crime, is heartbreaking, to say the least, man. Close.
Yeah, man. Very.
Well, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy, man. Like that hurts. That really hurts, man. Like it hurts the culture in the whole. You understand? Because like it's one thing what I said earlier, like it's one thing to lose somebody, you just lose them in the sauce, but to lose somebody at the height of their career, like I've been bumping their album only built for Infinity Links, even before they died. You know what I mean? Since it came out, that's all I've been listening to between that and a few other albums. But like that was definitely one that was definitely in consistent rotation. And now I know how it felt like because I wasn't of age in '95. And so when Pac and Big died, they were at the height of their careers. You know what I mean? So to find out that they died, yeah, I know how, when I was looking at my elders being like all teary eyed watching MTV, you know what I mean, and BET watching the tributes and all that, watching them cry. Now I understand their tears because people like Takeoff, people like Young Dolph, people like XX, you know what I mean, XXX, and yeah, like Trey, you know what I mean, like King Von. A lot of the, you know what I mean, like they were at the height of what they were doing. So like, I don't think any generation has ever felt it the way that we feeling it today. Cheers.
You said that very well, Ryan. That was very well said. If anybody has any open questions, y'all can send them in right now. But so our second topic, we actually discussed the Realness 2. Great album, the Realness 2 sequel, 20 years in the making. And I actually posted a poll. Favorite feature on the Realness 2. Favorite production on the Realness 2? Havoc, Harry Fraud, or Alchemist, if we're talking about key production.
Wasn't Shy Money.
Oh, yeah, totally forgot about Shy Money.
Of course you did.
Totally forgot about Shy Money. He should have paid us a little bit more respect when it came to G Unit. Maybe G Unit would still exist right now. Just saying. But favorite production, man, is it Alchemist, Havoc on Essential, Alchemist on the Nas track Glorious, or is it Harry Fraud on Man vs. Myth?
That Man vs. Myth was hard. That outro, like, that was lit. I really do like that track. The Havoc track, the one that he wasn't on it, that one was hard too. And I really, despite all, I really like the intro. You know what I mean? Like the intro went in for me too. It captured me.
Yeah, you gave it a 10.
Yeah.
You gave it a 10. Now I
Yeah.
want to check out the poll results here because I wrote favorite feature on the Realness. We had Nas, Havoc, and Lloyd Banks. Third place, Havoc, 8%. Paradise. Looks like everybody pretty much agreed with you on that one, RBH.
We did a poll?
Yeah, I did a poll while we were here on the chat.
Nice.
8% of the people said Havoc was their favorite feature. So kind of crazy because I really liked the way Havoc went all the way in for him. I believe they filmed the video in Miami. You know what I mean? They got the video done for their track. Like I said, he also gave him a production. You know what I mean? He gave him a single for Essential. I really feel like he did his all for him. Coming in second place was Grand Scheme. Lloyd Banks, 43% for Lloyd Banks.
Whoa.
Yep. So maybe I was tripping on that. You'll be like, Mike, you're like, Mikey T, you were not tripping on the Grand Scheme song. You were just tripping about everything else. All right. So then in number one spot, everybody can vote in the poll right now if you haven't voted in it. Number one spot is Nas, 49%, which really comes as no shocker, man.
None at all.
Really comes as no shocker. And my grade was an 8 for the Realness 2. RBH's grade was actually a 9. If you guys want to go and check it out, we did a track by track review grading each one of the tracks. Y'all can check that shit out if you want on the replay.
Correct.
And our final topic, the one where RBH might want to go in a little bit. We spoke on Lloyd Banks and Bob. Well, first we spoke on Olivia, little impromptu topic about how Olivia had her deal with G Unit. And then we touched on how Lloyd Banks actually had a hit single before it became a hit single with Bobby Shmurda. Jackpot. It wasn't a jackpot when Lloyd Banks released it. What was your thoughts on the last topic? I tried to warn you before the podcast. You got to admit, I did try to give you the warning just so we could unpeel it for everybody watching the podcast tonight. I did try to give you a warning, like, yo, I should send you these Lloyd Banks notes that I got. You might want to sit this one out.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna read the notes. Next time I'll read the notes.
I think the reason you want to read the notes though is you could have rebuttals.
I mean, nah, just so I know, I come up with the rebuttals as we go because it's more of a feeling than a pre-thought. You know what I mean? Like a lot of what we talk about, I mean, I'm your boy. I'm your boy because we have a lot of the same common interests. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the topics that you talk about, I've already done my due diligence about it. You know, I'm a hip hop enthusiast. You know what I mean? As well as an MC, as well as an entertainer, as well as an actor, as well as all that. You know what I mean? So like when we be talking about certain topics, it's like, oh, work, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Like I'll be right there with you. You know what I mean? And you know, it's just it's cool to let the world understand what me and you be talking about on the phone, on road trips, on tour. You know what I'm saying? Backstage, like yo, it's crazy to give people the real reaction of like what me and you be doing, bro. It's dope, man. Salute. Thank you.
Well, bro, you know, I know you're a fan of Lloyd Banks, as I am I. You know what I mean? So, you know, I hope I didn't offend anybody. You know what I mean? With some of the things, some things I say some things I do say to be comical. You know what I mean? Some things I say because, it's facts that we've lived through. You know what I mean? This is our life that we're going through right now. And we're watching I feel like it's like that Drake album. You know what I mean? What a time to be alive. We're seeing some of the greatest things right now in the world.
Absolutely. And we're learning that time is precious. So we got to capture all these moments. We got to talk about them. Why not?
But yeah, if anybody has any open questions right now, we're going to take some open questions. Definitely thought it was a great podcast tonight, man. RBH,
ask me about my shirt.
RBH, you did your thing. Tell everybody about your shirt. Tell them about the merch, RBH.
Yeah, man. Yo.
Hashtag pay the rappers. Tell them about it, RBH.
Yo, yeah, pay the rappers, man. Here's the scan. You know what I'm saying? My
Everybody
cousin
scan
show
this.
rap. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all can get that or not. Hold up. Let me get y'all right.
So people can just scan that.
Yeah, if I can get it right. All right, here we go.
Here, let me try. No, I'm not getting it. Pull back. Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I put the link up there. My bad, but yeah, man.
Oh, is it just for that shirt in particular?
Hashtag pay the rapper. Nah, we got mad shirts up there, man. When we go on tour, you know what I'm saying? We sell a lot of them. We just came
Okay.
off tour with CL Smooth. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Before that, we just did Ghostface Killer with the Wu-Tang Clan.
Did you guys do the Smith and Wesson joint?
And we did the Smith and Wesson joint. Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, make sure you check out, RBH Show Rocker RBH, man. Yo, we get it in. We get it busted, man. We coming to a city near you.
Anything planned for the next couple months? I know you are working on your album Unapologetic and shit like that, but any show dates in the next couple of weeks, months?
Yeah, yeah, it's coming up, man. We actually even changed the name of the album. It's gonna be called Darren Bars, man. The R and
Oh
Bars.
shit.
Yeah,
All right, we'll make an official announcement. I mean, it's the announcements right now, but we'll make an official announcement on all of the upcoming podcasts, especially when it's out. We'll be promoting it on all the podcasts.
definitely. Definitely, yeah, that's coming. Yeah, that's coming to a city near you, man. And we gonna be touring. We're gonna be just look out, man. USA, you know what I mean, Canada, Mexico. We gonna be out there. East Coast, West Coast. We gonna be out there, man. You got a demand for the RBH, for the show rock of, for the movie star management. We're gonna be out there, man.
All right, man. Great podcast tonight. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. I want you guys to follow us on social media. For everybody watching this on demand, all you got to do is click the links in the description. For everybody watching right now, I want you to go to Instagram. It's Mikey T _ the movie star. Follow me on the gram. Also, subscribe right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss one of these live videos. RBH. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. But also, do you want to throw out your? I want you to throw out your plugs right now, bro.
Yeah, man. Yo, you know what it is. It's your boy, man. Make sure you follow me on all platforms at Darren Bars. That's right, Darren Bars. The R in Bars. DARINBARS. That's me, man. That's who I am. That's what I'm putting it down, man. But it's still Ryan B. Heezy He. Hope we coming straight from the Elm City. RBH to shorten it up nicely. Whatever, man. You know, I got the bars, I got the rhymes, I got the entertainment, man. And I'm rolling with my boy Mikey T. So you already know what it is, man. Holla at me, man. Make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all follow him. Subscribe, like, holla, and look out for the new stuff that we doing, man. More reviews. I ain't gonna stop, Mikey T. You might have to cut me off. More reviews. We doing more interviews, more reviews, more rants. We ain't stopping. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we stop for? Our opinions is golden, man. And we want y'all to tune in too, because the most important part about our show is that the people that are viewers, y'all tune in. So that we know what to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all inbox us, man. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and make sure that y'all inbox us and let us know what y'all want to talk about. Because what y'all want to talk about is what we want to talk about. You dig? So just let it keep going, man. Yo, shout out Show Rocker, pay the rappers, man. Yo, shout out Mikey T, the movie star, man. Yo, hey, matter of fact, shout me out. I'm Darren Bars. That's why, don't even call me Ryan. When you see me on the street, don't even call me Ryan, just call me Darren. You call me Darren, and I know what's up. You know what I mean? Call me Ryan, I might think you the feds or something. Yeah, get what
Yeah. Darren.
Yo.
Darren. What up, Jace?
Hey.
Iceberg said Cormega is my favorite feature on the Realness too. Let's see what's
Cormega is my favorite feature on Realness 2, but isn't the Realness 2 Cormega's album?
right, right. But he's basically saying Cormega's better than R.
Oh, my man. Okay. Yes. Oh, wow. Oh, I like him. Yeah. Yo, he cool. Yo, I rock with him, bruh. Yeah, I rock with Bird.
Okay, okay. We got my brother Quake was in the building tonight. Palm Beach County, Florida was in the building tonight, RBH.
Oh, yo, shout out FL, man. Yo, shout out Tampa too.
Yep.
Shout out Palm Beach. Shout out Hollywood. Yo, everybody down there, be safe, man. Yo, my prayers is with y'all, man. Yo, be safe. Real talk.
Much love to Philadelphia. We had Philly in the building.
Ah, yo, don't jump me if I come down there saying steak and cheese. You feel me? It's cheesesteak. It's cheesesteak. I got it. I got it.
Let me see. Let me see. Wow. Oh shit, yeah. Quake was actually saying that the Migos actually got the opportunity. The Migos actually got the opportunity to come out in a WWE event with Matt Riddle.
Yo, that's wild.
It was a tag match. They escorted Matt Riddle out, showed love to the fans, and got out of there.
Yeah, I bet. We got our money. Let's go.
Yo, that was Philly Mac when you had first tuned in. Mega's a goat.
Stop playing with him.
Okay, let me see. Big Al featuring Tupac, Deadly Combination.
Yeah, that was fire. We was talking about Big L earlier.
Yep. What up, what up, what up, BSTN? Appreciate you tapping in.
Yo, salute, bro.
Spring Valley, New York. Much love to Spring Valley, New York.
Bobby J.
You
Bobby J.
familiar? Are you familiar with Spring Valley, New York, RBH, or not really?
Nah, but I want to go.
Hell yeah. Salute to you tapping in from Spring Valley. Much love. If anybody's still out there right now type in the chat, let us know where you're tapping in from. We're just going over the comments and shit. Queens, New York. Much love to Queens, New York.
Salute, Queens. Mikey, you remember we was there with Chinks and Domination and bro, that was the craziest, like on some real, everybody that's watching, right?
In the studio?
Bruh, you brought me there. And my hood, I feel like it's dangerous, like, because you looking at the dudes right here across from you. But in Queens, there's dudes right here, there's dudes right here, there's dudes right here, there's dudes right here. Yo, it's the same pressure you feel, but bruh. But we were safe and we was good. Like that was my introduction to Queens, bro. We was with Chinks Drugs, we was with Domination, we was at Young Dice. That was a crazy, crazy experience, man. Shout out to them fellas, man. R.I.P. Chinks.
Damn, shout out to my bro.
That was wild, man. That was a good introduction. Like then we shot the video in the parking lot. Then the police came and they were like, F the police, they shot Sean Bell. Yo, everybody was like, whoa. Like, yo, that was
What are you talking about? So I was just caught up with a message.
All right. You remember back we was doing the video, it was Young Dice and it was Chinks Drugs and they was in the car and we was in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about when we was actually out in you're talking about when we was actually out in Far Rock.
Yeah, Far Rockaway.
Yeah, we was out in Far Rock shooting Chinks' video because Chinks had hit me up like, yo, Mikey T, we need to do some videos and shit. You know, we got Toronto up in this bitch. Toronto on the check-in. Salute to Toronto.
Yo, salute Toronto. Yo, but that was real, bro, because it was really like, yo, we came out
remembering what
there.
you're talking about, yeah.
Bro, we came out there and Chinks really had the whole hood out there, bro. Like that was crazy. And then the police came. You remember when the police rolled up on us? And then
No,
they was and then somebody was like, "Yo, F the police. They shot Sean Bell because that had just happened." And everybody was like, "Oh,
yeah, I do remember that happening now.
bruh,
But that
bruh." Yeah, we was there.
yeah, that shit happening. I mean, like, it was like, I don't. The police didn't hear what the kid said. You know what I mean?
No, they did because they were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't go there. Don't go
Really?
there." Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sometimes I be
that
blocking
was
some
a
of that
whole moment.
shit out because it's like, if like the police roll up on you during a music video shoot, that's really not a memory that I want to like remember. You know what I mean? I remember like that dope ass video shoot though, how many people were out there, and actually the work that we did out there that day with
Wait,
with all of them. Like I got Chinks to actually do an interview that day. Chinks's boy Gutta did a freestyle.
in the
Um,
car?
Quake suggested that you drunk. Were you a little tipsy at the beginning of the stream, RBH?
Nah, bro. Smoking
The
that
whole
good shit
stream
though.
you were just tipsy.
Nah, I haven't drank tonight.
Oh, you haven't? You're not sipping?
Nah,
Okay. I was about to say I haven't been sipping on my shows lately, man, to be real with you.
nah, I've been chilling.
Iceberg said we could have a convo about Prodigy not rhyming as well as Ghostface Killer if RBH really wants to go there.
Yo, yes, definitely.
Junebug said, how did a bodyguard sign Dr. Dre?
Talking about Suge.
Yes. Yes, we are talking about Suge
Yo,
RBH.
you got the money and you see potential in somebody. Boom.
Let's see. Let's see.
And he's your boy. I mean, yeah,
Documentary 2 was not better than the documentary. Obviously.
yeah, I agree.
Obviously. What? Oh, no, this is not what I was just reacting to. My guy says Nas is the past, present, and future. RBH reaction.
Nah, but he is consistent. He is the past, he is the present, but is he like the future? No. Will he survive in the future? Definitely. But is he the future? No. The future belongs to the youth, and that's hip hop.
Oh man, my man All Pro said Bobby ain't never put nothing out better than On Fire.
Bobby Hope. Bobby Hope.
But yo, better than On Fire. I might have.
Nah. Hot Boy was one. Yo, yo, Hot Brother, Hot Homie.
Quake
That
said
was.
Bobby's energy really made that song, which I was going off about earlier. I was going off about the energy, man.
Mm, mm, possibly. Yeah, I would say. But Banks had his energy too. Banks ain't never been turned down on a record. That's just how Banks is. Bobby was using the Southern technique. That's what I was saying earlier.
My man said, what did Bobby do after? What did Banks do after?
Yo, we all know what Bobby did after. What you talking about? Yo, Bobby got locked up.
True, true.
That was it.
Let's see.
He home now, but that time has passed. Just like
Oh man, everyone thinks I was wilding or they think I was trolling RBH.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do I look like I was drinking? Sorry, do I sound like I was? Damn.
Maybe earlier, like 2 hours ago.
Oh, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my cousin's crib, but I haven't drank. I mean, I'm drinking iced tea and lemonade.
Ken says, I like Lloyd out of all of them. He seems like he's the smartest. Can you really judge of who's the most intelligent from G Unit? Could you even really judge the group like that? If we're not talking about music and shit, if we're just talking about intelligence, can you sort of tell in that level if we're thinking about it? I mean, I guess you got Buck with everything that's unfolded with his spending, so that would take to a level of intelligence.
That's
Tony Yayo let them put out Curious as one of his singles after, being deemed one of the most gangster rappers. Is that a level of intelligence to discuss?
that's not his fault. I'm not gonna put that on Tony Yayo. Like, yo, you just come home from jail. You record a bunch of songs. All your boys is platinum. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna listen to? No. This the one. Yeah. This the one. 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 Okay, y'all platinum.
Yayo, I mean, Curious is a dope song too, but
It is, but it wasn't. It wasn't that. That was a song to make the album, but it wasn't a song to sell the album. That was the. No, like, no, it wasn't. No,
God, that
no.
man, that man was kind of duped. But
Yeah,
you
like that.
say that he should have released "I Know You Don't Love Me" as the first single.
Yep. Yes, I do.
That I still don't understand. Maybe if we do a review of thoughts of a predicate felon album review, can we do a thoughts of a predicate felon album review?
You trying to tell me the one that did it was what one that was supposed to do it? Yeah, maybe we should review that one because I don't agree.
What did I say?
50 Cent back on that gangster tip. No, I'm saying if you're thinking the original order of the singles released was the right way to go, then we have a discussion. We have a discussion right there because I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like if they
Will
would have rearranged the order, it would have been a whole different success.
will the thoughts of a predicate album, the thoughts of a predicate felon album, will it score higher than a 6? Tune in for our next review. But all right, so let me see here.
We got a
Uh
lot of these. I hope y'all writing these down.
Iceberg, Elon Musk presents G Unit Reunion Tour live from Pluto, sponsored by NASA. Mikey's a trip. He should be out of this world. He's 50's right hand man. And you saying that Banks wasn't 50's right hand man, bro.
Nah,
Everybody
yeah,
looked at him. No. Yayo was in jail, bro.
and that's why Banks was. But if Yayo was home, it would have been Yayo.
No. Yayo's album was not dropping first. Lloyd Banks was the boy wonder. Lloyd Banks was the prodigy. No pun intended. Lloyd Banks was first up, man. Even Yayo knew that. He was supposed
Yeah,
he was supposed to be it.
you might be right, but Yayo got bars too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a discussion for I don't know. Did they really expect Banks to move more than 400K?
I would have thought it would have been Yayo. He was the voice. He was the talk in New York. Banks was. I mean, it should have been Banks. I mean, the way it folded out. I'm not saying they were wrong for that, but like, yeah, Banks was dope. But I didn't know about Banks before I knew about Yayo.
My bad, Darren. Big Lucci, RBH, I want you to respond to this. We got a last couple comments to respond to. Big
Ain't nobody
Lucci
checking for
said,
that. That's a lie. His new album just dropped today. What is you talking about? Big Lucci. What are you talking about? His album just dropped today. What did you talk? Yo, bruh, you lucky I can't show you my phone right now, bruh. Yo, King's Disease just won a Grammy. Don't disrespect the guy, bruh. Don't ever disrespect the guy. What is you talking about? Talking crazy on the live, bruh. Don't bring that up no more, man. Like, oh, man. Like, what you doing? Like, yo, no, bruh. Like, the Cormega, who we just reviewed tonight, got a whole Grammy off of King Disease 2. Brother, come on, man. Like, yo.
Talk that. Preach, young Dolph voice.
What you talking about, bro? You talking crazy on the live, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're making me nervous. Nah, but open up your iTunes, open up your Spotify. I'm telling you, King Disease 3 just dropped like today. I just got the text like not that long ago. Stop playing.
All right.
Stressing.
Computers better than on fire.
Whose computers by?
Computers is Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel.
Yo, you know what? Shout out to Roddy. I really like Roddy. I really like Roddy.
I think I ended the poll. Let me go check. I don't think I did actually because it was a tie. Nas and Banks tied at 46%. I'm hoping somebody voted in the poll to change it. Wow. RBH. Who do you think took the lead?
Between who?
Nas and Banks.
Nas.
Lloyd Banks. It's a tie again.
Wow.
Lloyd Banks had the lead for a second, but Nas is back up to 47%.
I want it to be Banks. Believe me, I want it to be Banks, but I already know everybody gonna ride Nas, and I like Nas too. But I really like. I'm all for the underdog.
Yeah, no, we really should have did a dual review of King's Disease 3 and the Realness 2 tonight.
No, we didn't know because we were supposed to do this 3 days ago, and King's Disease just dropped today. We wouldn't have had time. So
okay.
no, this was right. This was right on time. We do King's Disease next.
My guy who's always be tapping in, he said Nas is the greatest. RBH, is Nas on your top 5?
Yeah, up there.
Is Nas on your top 5? Nas is on my top 5.
I'm not gonna say he's not up there. But I don't know. Like I rotate. Like top 5 of all time.
Yeah,
top 5 right now.
Top 5 of all time from our lifetime. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. I gotta recalibrate my list to really answer that question truthfully.
I know there's a difference between listening to like T.I.'s catalog and B.I.G.'s catalog, even though B.I.G.'s catalog is shorter. Just being real.
Thank you. That's
just being real.
And those are 2 people that I cycle through. Another 2 people, like.
Can you say what off the top of your head? Can you say what album was better? T.I. versus T.I.P., King, or what was the one before that? Paper Trail? King? Yeah, that one sold 500K first week.
My favorite one though was definitely TIP coming live from the VIP.
Urban Legend.
Yes.
Yeah, he had I'm Serious, Trap Music, Urban Legend. What came after Urban Legend, man? Was it the Paper Trail one?
Pretty sure.
What was the other paper one called? Paperwork?
No, he had the I'm Serious.
No, I'm Serious was his first album.
No, he had what was the one when he was No Mercy?
Oh God, that was the one when he got out of jail.
Right. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Let me just clarify this before we end the stream tonight.
It's only right.
So it was he had 2 papers. So he had I'm Serious, Trap Music, Urban Legend, King, T.I. versus T.I.P., Paper Trail, No Mercy, Trouble Man. Wow, he really did name an album Paperwork in 2014. Wow. And then Dime Trap.
I like the Nick. The Nick was fire.
That was an EP though. What about the Libra?
That was okay.
Yeah.
It
But
wasn't. I never went back to it.
yeah, he had some amazing sales after the Urban King, T.I. vs. T.I.P., Paper Trail. That string of albums did really well, man.
Yeah, those are 5.
Yeah,
If it ain't about the money.
Oh, then he linked back up with Young Thug. But that was on what was that
Libra.
on? Trouble Man?
For the first time, yeah.
It might have been on Paperwork.
They
Yeah, it was on Paperwork.
his Thug was part of Hustle Gang.
Thug was a part of Hustle Gang. Yeah, Thug was rocking with them. And the album only moved 80,000 first week though.
Mhm.
With Young Thug's assistance, they still only moved 80,000 first week. He took a huge dip in sales. But yeah, man, RBH, appreciate you tapping in on the live stream tonight. Appreciate everybody watching it. I hope everybody enjoys the replay, whoever watches it on demand. Definitely appreciate everybody who tapped in live. Stay tuned for our next live video, y'all. You always know we're gonna be coming back, but you never know what we're gonna be talking about.